Let's get today. Let's get today.
Rumble, YouTube, family, what's good? What's happening? Welcome to True Earth Tuesday. Ironwork 92,000 in the house and in full effect. Baby, I am so glad that I am here and you are here to join me on this wonderful, amazing Tuesday. Yeah, it's a little bit cold. It is a little bit cold, especially out here in VA, but it's clear outside. It's nice outside. So if you were to take a step outside and it's pitch black, you ain't got no kind of light pollution or nothing like that, you could actually see what's going on in the night sky. Totally. You could see what's going on in the night sky. But just because we could see what's going on in the sky, that doesn't determine what this ground is. Am I right? Huh? Am I right? Am I right? Anyway, family, I know we we just finished seeing each other a few hours ago. I get it. But hey, man, these things happen. News comes out, we want to talk about it, and then like I kind of get a wild hair up my behind, and then the rest happens. But before I continue, before I finish, running my gums and stuff like this, wow, I've got quite the list. I have got to say hi to everybody. I've got to say, ooh, I wanted to show you guys something. I did want to show you guys something. Give me 1 second. You know what? I'll show you guys later. But first, let me say hi, right? This is not a word from our sponsors or nothing like that. Couple of things I wanted to get off my chest. Wanted to say hi. Totally wanted to say hi. PJ Cruikshank. And that's part of what I wanted to show you. So PJ doesn't normally make it on our show. PJ, he's got his channel. And if you haven't subbed to PJ Cruikshank, make sure you subscribe to PJ Cruikshank's channel. He's got both Rumble and he also has a YouTube. Amazing dude. Make sure you sub to him. PJ can't make it, but in the words of PJ, Iron, hey bro, sorry I couldn't be here properly on mine earlier Ironwork 92,000. Your signal kept going. Also, Chris needs to learn a wee bit of mic etiquette. Not sure if you left of it. I'm over there amusing myself. What signal? Well, PJ is still mastering. He's still working on his typing skills, so we forgive our brother PJ Cruikshank. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Iron. Oh, there he is. Bless you, brother. Bless you. PJ doing his old PJ stuff. You know what I'm saying? Flat Earth Warriors, what's happening, bro? It's good to see you. If you're still here right now, hopefully you are. As you guys come in, family, we've got 28 watching right now. Please make sure to like the thumbs up. Hit them thumbs up. Just make sure you do that. Don't forget, please, family. Like, share, sub this content. Like, share, sub this content. Like, share, sub this content. Like, share, sub. Everybody say like, share, sub this content. Like, share. You know what it is. So do that. Make sure we hit that stuff, and then whatever YouTube does or the algorithm does, I don't know, because YouTube is not my friend. We are not friends. They don't like me. Whatever it is, what it is. Right? Axis Mundi, what's happening, fam? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Oh, maybe I should read what it is you said. Yeah, the North Black Sun Garden of Eden. Maybe one day we'll. Yeah, perhaps. That's the thing. And we have some good people in the chat as well. They may be here right now that have diverted my attention away from the South. God bless you guys for doing that too, and give the attention the much deserved the North the much deserved attention that it requires, right? Because everybody's looking south, nobody's really looking north. But there are folks that are looking north, and we have to have people like me with much bigger platforms than I have that are going to call out the North and get that attention that the North actually deserves. You know what I'm saying? So, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Pimp arriving. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ring the bell. So forgive me for that. You know what I'm saying? I had to ring the bell. Anyway, but it requires all hands on deck. So everybody that's got a channel and everybody that has the power of Gab, go out there, do good work, but make sure you mention the North. We have to talk as much about the North as we do the South, right? Because ain't nobody that it's one of those things again that we discuss on this channel all the time. And I'll continue saying hi. One of those things that we continue that we talk about. They have us look in opposite directions all the time with everything, right? If they say, "Hey, look up," you need to be looking down and out. When they say, "Hey, look to the left," look to the left for a bit, but make sure you look to the right as well, right? Give the right the attention that it deserves, because they're going to tell you, they're going to point you in the opposite direction and this is about everything, right? This goes to show you, like, we're on track. We're right on track, and we're calling them out. We're calling the liars out, right? So we need to start a campaign, I guess, of just barking at the North and talking about the North and speaking of the North. Let's continue. Axis Mundi, what's happening, man? It's good to see you. Axis Mundi, man. You know what? Axis Mundi. You stand by, okay? Stand by, Axis. I got something for you tonight. Axis Mundi's in the house. Matthew Senko with his wrench. Behold, Matthew Senko. I am Matthew Senko, and behold, I wield the wrench of truth. For those who stand in my way, while I wield this wrench of truth, you shall be smitten, and none shall feel sorry for you. Just kidding. That's me. I act these things out all the time, so this is why they sound so great when I do it. You know what I'm saying? I be in my car driving, and I brainstorm and I mouthstorm. Anyway, let's continue. Nate X, what's going on, family? It's good to see you. Lowry in the house. All right, all right. It's good to see you, man. T. Smith, what's going on, fam? I didn't see you yesterday, but you know what? It's good to see you tonight, man. T. Smith in the house. Warrior, what's going on? Come on out and play, my brother. Come on out and play. It's good to see you. Neo 69 Dojo. Oh, hey man, hey, we got people from Rumble. Yay, my Rumble family's in the house. All right, Rumble. Neo 69 Dojo, welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Got this live in the okay. All right, all right. That's what I'm talking about, man. Make me feel good, man. Make me feel like I'm doing something. Let me cover up my chain. I don't want y'all over there trying to grab my chain or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Steal my stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good to see you. Dojo, what's good, family? What's good, man? What's good? And people, check this out. Look, if you hadn't already, please make sure to sub to my Rumble. I'm gonna put it right here in the chat. There it is. Make sure you sub to my Rumble. All right. That's the Rumble chat right there. That's the channel. We're playing the same thing. We're live on both YouTube and on Rumble. Make sure you sub to my Rumble channel, okay? Because YouTube is playing games, and I'm mad over it. Okay, I'm over it. We're gonna show Rumble some love because YouTube, it's too hot for YouTube. I said it's too hot, too hot, too hot. YouTube. Gotta run for shelter. Gotta run for fame. You know what I'm saying? That's that old song. If y'all don't know, that's Cool in the Gang. Okay, singing Too Hot. It's too hot. Let me continue. Sean Alki, it's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you, man. Where there's Sean Alki, there's usually ABC. Angela Baby Carson's in the house somewhere. I know it. I know it. I know it. Wherever there's Sean, there's ABC. There's Angela Baby Carson. I know it. She's here somewhere. She's hiding, but she's here. Chris Getz, what's going on, family? It's good to see you, man. But it's good to see you. All right, family. All right, that's my internet doing what internet ironwork internet typically does when I have leaves coverage over here. But now since the foliage is gone, we have much better propagation with the signal. Okay. So yeah, man, you guys are in the house doing it up. I appreciate it. I like it. Make sure to like, share, sub, share this content, please. Make sure to like. Do not forget to like. And if you could go to here's the thing. Rumble and YouTube, I don't know why they do what they do, but make sure that if you do, or when you do rather, sub to my Rumble channel, hit that like, right? Hit that like immediately. What Rumble likes to do, I'm starting to notice, is as soon as you hit the like, for whatever reason, they like to take it away. Why they do that, I have no idea. I don't find myself breaking any Rumble rules, right? I haven't done anything crazy. And I've even minimized the cusses. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. I haven't been cussing like I usually do, man. I'm usually sailorized and I be cussing up a storm. You know what I'm saying? I be cussing like it ain't nobody's business, man. Yeah, there goes my girl right there. ABC in the house. Okay. Pox Bottle, what's going on, family? It's good to see you, man. Pox Bottle's in the house. Okay, okay. I love seeing this, man. I love seeing my people just streaming on in, man. Saddle Bomb, what's going on, family? It's good to see you, man. Love seeing my family come in, man. I love seeing my family just come on in, man. Make yourselves at home, man. Kick your feet up, relax, talk smack. You know what I'm saying? Show me something. Show me something. Playing reality. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. It is good to see you. Kundaloo. Kundilu. Cindy Lou, what's going on, girl? It's good to see you. I give you hell. She's like, it's not Kundaloo, it's Cindy Lou. I got you, girl. I got you. It is good to see you. It's amazing to see you. Welcome. Kick your feet up. Enjoy the night. You know what I'm saying? Mikasa Sukasa. Enjoy it over here. Something simpler, family. What's going on? Okay, so something simple is here. Then Porter should be here, right? Porter should be here. If he's not on yet, he should be. What's good, sis? It's good to see you. Amazing to see you. You gave me some good tips yesterday, too. I appreciate you. Kay, you are here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this invite link for you. Kay, you are here. You're in the house. There's quite a few things that we need to discuss tonight, Kay. All right. Hopefully, you're still here. You hadn't disappeared because I know I'm a little bit slow with the draw right now. So just bear with me. All right. I just want to make sure I'm saying what's up to the fam. I'm greeting everybody. The True Few, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. The light they call Saturn seems to be brighter, but that's just me. Perhaps. Maybe it is. Flat Out Faith, what's good? Oh, snap. Flat Out Faith is coming in from Rumble. All right. I love it. Man, I love it. When y'all be on Rumble, hell yeah. Don't forget to hit them likes on Rumble because for whatever reason, Rumble and YouTube, I don't know, man. They just act crazy when it comes to just giving you these likes and everything else, man. They play games. They play more games than damn FAO Schwartz. I don't understand. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We take what we take what we could take. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's good to see y'all, man. It is so good to see y'all. Roger Ledwell's in the house. Okay, Roger, Roger doesn't sleep. For all y'all that know Roger Ledwell, Roger is either working or he is awake. Yeah, Roger does not go to sleep. I don't know what his deal is. Y'all thought I don't go to sleep? Listen, Roger never goes to sleep. I don't know what his problem is, man. It's not a problem, but Roger's like, sleep. Sleep is for babies, man. I just blink. Roger's like, I wait. I don't even sleep. I just wait. Know what I'm saying? Wait for another show to make. So Roger's in the house. Roger Ledwell, what's good, brother? It's good to see you, man. American Off Grid. There we go. Look at that, brother. My man, America Off Grid, with that backpack that you got on, it almost looks as if you have those little takeoff joints, those little turban things that you put on your back, you strap on and then you take off. That's what it looks like he's doing. He looks like he's cooling though. He looks like he's cool, and I love it, man. Welcome, American Off Grid. It's good to see you, brother. It is good to see you, man. Yeah, man. As we start to stroll in, it's amazing. It is definitely amazing. It is good to see you guys, the family in the house. Yes, yes, of course. It is good as I break out into my mid Atlantic English. Yes, of course. It's good to see my patrons, both from YouTube as well as from Rumble, this streaming service that they call Rumble. Yes, of course. Yes. Those of you that decide that you want to follow Ironwork 92,000 in YouTube, please, by all means, also look to patronize him there on Rumble. Yes, look there as well. It appears that it's much easier to follow him there. However, there are those of us that are apprehensive, and I understand. Yes, I do. Truly, I do. That's my mid-Atlantic. I tell you, people, man, I ain't got no life, man. I don't. I really don't. That's why I do these voices. So maybe our sister or brother or sister, they call what's his name? Brandon doesn't is probably right, man. Maybe I don't have a life. I need to get a life. So Brandon, hopefully you out there, you listening, and then you come and you show us some love tonight. You know what I'm saying? But you got 2 minutes. Yeah, I love it, baby. I love it. Yes. Hey, bro, just got on to see my car. Oh, bro, man, anytime, bro, anytime. But I love to see the family streaming in. Make yourselves at home. And as you do, if I don't see anybody new, which I do, Greg B, what's going on, family? It's good to see you, Greg B. And hey, man, I haven't been cussing as much, so you don't have to sit there and worry about it, man. Greg B, you don't have to, especially if you got kids running around. I'm gonna be good. But once 9 o'clock hits, man, I'm gonna be my sailor self. It's like, let me stop. But nah, I've been toning it down. You know, I heard my parents have been checking me out and everything else. So yeah, I've been a little bit easy with the expletives as I speak. So yeah, yeah, I've been a little bit, yeah. You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm taking my time. Look at who it is. It's Barbara. Barbara, it is good to see you, sis. Man, it is good to see Barbara. Everybody give Barbara a round of applause, man. It is good to see Barbara tonight. Barbara, you know what, man? We miss you over here. We really do miss you over here. And thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I forgot I had this thing on, but yes, yes. But Barbara, it is good to see you. And sis, it's we miss you out here. Man, welcome. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Oh, man, no. You know what? ABC, I hear you. If I get a strike, I get a strike. Whatever. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. If I get a strike, I get a strike. So even more of an incentive, family, to go ahead to Rumble and get on my stuff on Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Even more of an incentive to get onto Rumble and follow me on Rumble as well. And while you in here, guys, don't forget to hit that like. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like. You know what I'm saying? Fake aliens, yeah. Something simpler. Oh, wait. I already said hi to you. I'm acting all up. But yeah, Barbara, it's real good to see you. Carrie Skates, what's going on, bro? What's going on? What's going on? It is good to see you. It's good to see you, Carrie Skates. Welcome. Welcome. Sit back, relax, listen to me flow. Tonight's the night for True Earth Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And as you guys stream in, go ahead, sub to my Rumble channel, and it's Iron Earth, right? Iron Earth 92,000. I'll go ahead and I'll Iron Earth 92,000, right? It's Iron Earth 92,000. So not Iron Work, but Iron Earth 92,000. Yeah, man, it is good to see you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. You guys are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You guys are amazing. Psyop within a psyop. What's going on, fam? Been a while. Been a while within a been a while. It's been a while. But it's good to see you here tonight, man. It is truly good to see you here tonight. And then you get to cut it up with us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where Kay is, but Kay was supposed to be here. Hopefully, Kay is going to join us again tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Kay joins us again tonight. I don't think I missed anybody. Except for Rumham Solo. Woo! Rumham Solo's in the house, live from New York. It's Saturday night. It's like it's Tuesday night. Remember that Saturday Night Live when people used to watch it? I don't watch that stuff no more. I don't know why it is, man. Kentucky Fried Chicken turned themselves from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC. Saturday Night Live, they changed their name from Saturday Night Live to SNL. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when people do nonsense like that. Just stay what you are. You know what I'm saying? IHOP tried that nonsense. They tried that nonsense. They tried to turn themselves into IHOB instead of International House of Pancakes. They tried to turn themselves into International House of Burgers. So they turned that P and they turned it upside down, right? People wasn't having it, and then IHOP caught the message real quick, and then they said, you know what? F all that. We're IHOP again, y'all. We don't care what people don't like. We are IHOP again. Kind of like the Washington Redskins. Don't know if you heard the news, but apparently they are, or the Washington Commanders, excuse me, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but the Washington Commanders, for all you guys that follow football, they're going to revert back to their old ways. They are going to go back to becoming the Washington Redskins. There are people in Maryland that are extremely happy, but to me, I could care less. But it's fine. It's fine, man. People are starting to get their senses back, whatever, or they're not, whatever it is, what it is, man. It is what it is. People are happy. You know what I'm saying? Ahoy, Macho Man. Good to see you, brothers. Good to see you, man. Ahoy, ahoy. Chips ahoy. Ahoy. It's good to see you, family. It's good to see you. That was the same thing that got a strike. Yeah, whatever, man. Here's my thing. You know what? They strike me again. What can I do except for put the piece away, man? It's my piece. It's my thing. If they don't like it, oh well, man. They could eat a dick. Fuck it. There I go. First 2 cusses of the night, y'all. If they don't like it, fuck them, dude. 3 cusses. That's 3 tonight. I was doing so good. This is even more of a reason to sub to me on Rumble, family. This is even more of a reason. Like I've had enough hiding what it is I'm doing or what I'm saying. I'm being upfront. I'm being honest. I have to. Here's the thing. This is one thing I noticed. It kind of goes along with the way freedom works. As soon as you start to compromise, and I understand that I do not own YouTube. However, it is people that makes YouTube work. People makes YouTube work. I don't go out there. I don't sell drugs. I don't do art or graping of people. I don't steal people. I don't steal blood or fluids or children or anything like. I don't do those things, right? I don't do those things that separate us from people that are totally abnormal. But there are people out there that promote these things. They get to do what they want. There are people that get to be men, wear a mustache, put some stuff on their shirt, throw a wig on, and then say, hey, you need to accept me the way I am. They're accepted. Soon as I put a piece back there, it's a problem. You know what? Fuck off. Eat a dick. Go fucking smoke something somewhere. Fuck you. You know what? This is my shit. This is how I want to run it. If I'm not playing your game the way you want me to, fuck you. Fuck off. Oh, well. Life goes on, motherfuckers. Life goes fucking on. And I'm going to do my shit the way I fucking feel I need to do it. Fuck them. Anyway, I'll get struck. I'm going to get struck. I'm going to get struck. So here's the thing. They're going to make you compromise so much that it's like, man, fuck it. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'll just do my shit elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is even more of an incentive as to why you need to. I really don't break rules like that. But the thing is, they're gonna make me bend until I break. Well, you know what? Y'all can eat a dick, YouTube. Fuck off. Anyway, this production might not last. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. Yeah, Jono, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Shannon Emerson. Hey, look at who it is. What's going on, sis? It's good to see you, girl. It's good to see you. And Rumham Solo, I don't understand. Brother, you need to stand by. Rumham Solo. You need to stand by. Stand by, Rumham. Stand by, stand by. Gregorio Bravo. GB, Gregorio Bravo. Hey, it's good to see you. It is good to see you. Brother, man, welcome. And that's right. Gregorio Bravo's out there in the YouTube spaces. I love it. It's looking good on you. I love seeing that green and black. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Professor Phil, hey, welcome to my brother from the land down under. From the land down under. Professor Phil's in the house, y'all. So make sure you mistreat him. It's like, let me stop. I'm just kidding, Professor Phil. It's good to see you. It is good to see you, sir. It is good to see you. Yeah, Professor's in the house with the flat earth people. Professor Phil, you might be joined by my brother here shortly. He is not a flat earther. He is very much indoctrinated into this satanic globe. And he might be joining you here soon. Talking crap. And guys, attack him as much as you want. He's a grown man. He could take it. You know what I'm saying? He could take it. But, you know, you show him the same respect that we show our brother, Professor Phil. Show my brother, my actual brother, as he comes in here. Give him love, but, you know, get him in the, give him those, rib him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Rib my brother a little bit. Buttered. Hey, B, it's good to see you, bruh. It's good to see you. Buttered Biscuits in the house, finally. Dang, man. This is a brother I hadn't seen in ages, man. I hadn't seen you in a while. You've been hiding out. You've been hiding out. Hopefully, our brother Sav comes in. Hopefully, maybe he might have something tonight. I don't know. I know Sav typically does a Tuesday night. You know? And yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to see it. And yeah, every once in a while, Sav will drop in. If tonight's not it, then maybe it's because Sav's got his thing. I could tell when Sav is done because, like, you'll have a big influx of people come to my show. Or if Sav is going, because it'll be like 3 people are watching. But yeah, man, it's good when Sav's not playing because at least you can catch me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Lowry's here, then it's like Sav's definitely not on right now. You know, so when Sav's on, it's noticeable. And then when he's not on, it's also noticeable. So I appreciate it, but it's good. But wherever Sav is, man, hopefully we could hear from him tonight, sooner rather than later. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, flat out faith. Good to see you, bro. God is watching this flat earth. He sure is. God is watching us. God is watching us. That's right. He sure is. Stacy Jones. Stacy Jones. What's happening, sis? Unless you're a dude, Stacy. If you're a dude, Stacy, correct me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look like a total idiot. So correct me if you're a dude, Stacy. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the house. Welcome. I've never seen you here, but as you come in, please make yourself at home. Sit back, relax, take your shoes off, chill out. Help yourself to anything you want in the digital fridge, Mikasa, Sukasa, however, play nice, because if you don't, the chat will eat you alive. They will eat you. They will eat you alive, but they'll do it in a respectful manner. I know it because this is my chat, and I have the utmost respect for the family. You know what I'm saying? These guys are good. These people are good in here. Very good people, but just watch yourself. Watch yourself. Be careful. Be nice. You know what I'm saying? Be nice. Play nice. God is watching this flat earth. I like that one. I haven't seen you in a while. Seen you in here in a while. God is watching this flat earth, but welcome. It's good to have you back. You know what I'm saying? Realm Walker 1. Welcome. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, Realm Walker 1. Welcome. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you here before. Mikasa, Sukasa, take your shoes off, relax, help yourself to anything in the digital fridge. Enjoy yourself. Chill out, relax. However, just be careful. I'm telling you, this chat can go from good to goblin. So just be careful. with these guys. They're very good people, though. We all love them. I love them. Love the family in here. And it's good to see y'all. Now, of course, you guys see the thumbnail, right? The thumbnail shows a brother that's bald floating down the river with a paddle. And as you guys come in, please make sure to like, sub, share this content. Like, sub, and share the content. Exactly. Ryan S., what's going on, brother? My Cookie Monster brother, what's going on? It's good to see you. One more quarter. Welcome back. Hadn't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you, my brother. Right? It's good to see you. It is good to see you. Undoctrinated. What's going on, fam? What's happening with you, man? And eat a dick sandwich is YouTube. Exactly. Barefoot, what's going on, fam? Man, I want to greet everybody. I want to say hi to everybody. What's going on, Barefoot? This channel. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Our brother Frank isn't here yet, but hopefully he finds his way in here. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Frank Monday will find himself in here sooner rather than later. It's a joy having Frank Monday here. See Lightning. Stand by, bro. You need to stand by. See Lightning, stand by. Make sure you're here in the next 30 to 20 minutes or so. Got something for you. You know what I'm saying? See Lightning, welcome. And of course, the family is here. And as you guys come in, please be sure to like, share, and sub this content, especially on Rumble, because Rumble be playing games too, just like YouTube. Bazaar, what's happening, fam? It's good to see you, man. Bazaar's in the house with the Bob Ross. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And Dr. Bose with all the hoes, because Dr. Bose knows. I love it. Dr. Bose, welcome. And Dr. Bose also, thank you, Dr. Bose, for introducing me to that Facebook channel of the Flat Earth. If you would, Dr. Bose, if you would please put that Facebook channel in the chat so people could join. Put that Facebook channel that I joined in the chat so people could join, please. All right. Yeah. So family, as you come in, don't forget to like, share, and sub this content. And as I was saying, I apologize, but as I was saying before, yeah, if you look at the thing, it'll show me, or a guy that kind of looks similar to me, paddling in the water in what looks like a cold ass place that's supposed to represent an Arctic region or an Antarctic region. Who knows, right? But yes, Phil is still a globetrot. He is, but he's here because Phil is doing his due diligence and he's gonna check us out. You know what I'm saying? For whatever claims we make, I'm sure Phil is checking us out. So we need to be cautious with what it is we pass along through these YouTube channels. You know what I'm saying? Post anything too. What's going on, fam? It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Welcome tonight. So I think this is something that warrants discussion. And what that is why we're giving so much attention to the South as opposed to what we should be giving the North. Now, in my honest opinion, I think we're giving the South this much attention for a few reasons. One, I'd say one of the biggest ones is the firmament, not even the 24-hour sun, but rather, or the potential for the 24-hour sun, rather, but rather the firmament or what could be there, right? Just the other day being yesterday, of course, I brought this up. I got myself the Encyclopedia Americana, right? And in there on page 14, it talks about what's in Antarctica. This is the 1958 edition, by the way. So that talks about what is in Antarctica. Oh, thank you, Professor Phil. Well, Professor Phil, you're here for that. You know what I'm saying? You're a professor and everything else. So check us out, check us out. Make sure you check out our claims. And so to at least to me, one of the more important things to go and find and discover once again, because apparently it had happened before, is a firmament or a dome-like structure in the south. Now these guys are going down there and they're making these claims that there is a 24-hour sun in the south regions. And when I talk about south, I'm not talking about like south of the equator, Brazil, Argentina area. No, I'm talking about further south, where we're talking about like 80 parallel, like, 75 parallel in that area, right? Where these guys might get something that's going to resemble a sun hanging out in the sky for 24 hours. Now, we've had multitude of people come out on their channels or on these channels like mine and say why there's a 24-hour sun. We've seen the sun calculator that would demonstrate to us where we would see the 24-hour sun during which time, right, during the winter solstice and everything else, and what it looks like, what the arcing of the sun, or the, I guess you could say, the antarcing of the sun looks like in particular places. We had our brother 23 Luke 23:43 come over here and show us. He says his dad lives in Australia, and for all you Aussies down there, right, his dad lives in and around Melbourne, where they see the sun do something totally opposite than what we're used to seeing here in the north. We also saw in a place in Australia where they have this huge sundial, right? And the gnomon, which I think should be called a yesmon, because it's not pointed towards the north, because that big fin-like structure that we're typically used to seeing on a sundial is pointed at the north. The gnomons in the southern hemisphere are not pointed at the north, they're pointed at the south. So many different moving parts when it comes to what the sun is doing in Antarctica. To me, the biggest, most important thing is to find a dome-like or a firmament. What we like to call the firmament is a barrier in the south. That is our thing. Now, yesterday we showed prostitute Dave. I do not want to give his channel power. We had prostitute Dave come up and say, "Oh, well, they talk about they could go look for the dome." Well, they're not going to be traveling down that far south. Hold on. The final experiment. So the final experiment, Antarctica, and we have 10 days until that major observation, that major experiment, right? And these guys are supposed to be headed down there. And it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder what they're going to go see. Now, let's add our brother Lowry. Lowry, welcome.
What's happening, man? You good?
I'm good. Lowry, I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds like you're playing Asteroids right now.
It does.
Yes. Don't it sound like he's playing Asteroids, y'all? It sounds like he's playing either Asteroids or he's playing like Defender. Defender, that's what it is. It's either Asteroids or Defender. Because it's got that.
How's this? Is it better or worse? Better or worse?
It sounds the same. It sounds scratchy. Like okay. you might want to remove the audio jack and then reconnect it.
I'll be back in a sec.
All right, cool. Do your thing, bro. So Larry's here. Larry's going to be revisiting us again. Welcome, Larry. It's good to see you, bro. It's really good to see you, man. Love having Larry on here. Nano CBD in the house. Our super rich, dang crypto guy / herb guy / all around North American. It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. The Ghost of Judah tribe, man. I don't know. Ghost of Judah tribe. I'd love to see him come in here, man. He's our brother, man. I don't know what happened to the ghost. I don't know. Like, I hope he has a Flat Earth Friday. I'd love to visit him and not do a Flat Earth Friday one of these days here soon. You know what I'm saying? Go do a collab with the ghost and then just like make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, it's still a blessing to have you guys, but like I'd love to have the ghost here. I'd love to have the Ghosted Judah tribe here, just doing it all with us. You know what I'm saying? We could do it together. Yeah. So coherence. You know what I'm talking about? Exactly. Victoria Salt. What's happening, sis? Yeah, she remembers. She's like, yeah, it does. It sounds just like Asteroid, Astro Smash, all that stuff. Okay. All right. Son, you know what? Realm Walker, I shall. I shall. Give me a second. I shall. I totally shall. Lowry represent. Yeah. The flat earthers for. Oh, is that what Lowry's doing these days? Oh, Lowry. Oh, no. Greetings from Bogota, Colombia, South America. It's good to see you. All right. Okay. From Colombia. Man, I tell you what, the women in Colombia, whoo. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I am going to say. Caliente. Mucha caliente. Lowry, that's Lowry, man. Look, you put the Atari off apparently because that sounds amazing right there.
You know what I actually did? I turned my fucking phone off, which is sitting right next to the mic. I turned my phone off.
It's that okay, it's that interference probably. What do
I
you
don't
think?
know, man. I just like I go through audio problems every week. Like the last show we did last Sunday on tinfoil. Like I figured out how to get some audio around to make the audio better, but it's a cobweb of problems when you're broadcasting over the internet. And so I always try different things every week. And this time I tried turning my phone off. And apparently, don't keep your cell phone near your mic or your system
Yeah.
while you are broadcasting, and you're better off.
That's right. You know what, Lowry? I think they tweaked the phones because I remember back in like 2011 time frame, I used to have a Yamaha electric keyboard, right? Well, electric piano. And I would have my phone sitting on it, and then you'd hear on the speaker, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah, yeah.
like, you know what I'm talking about. You know that noise.
I used to play like when I was playing bands in Kansas City. I
Yeah.
been playing bands in New York, but I used to play in bands in Kansas City. And we would plan a show, and in between songs, we would pick up the Kansas City Royals broadcast through my guitar amplifier.
Oh my Lord.
They're like,
have
like Hal McRae turns 2 at second base, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Exactly.
I mean, we live in like a sea of radiation, right? Like Nicole and I always talk about every day. We're like, you're hearing that this frequency, this frequency, this frequency, and I'm hearing it all the time. And they tell you that it's tinnitus. Okay, fine.
No,
Maybe I
bro,
don't think
it's
so.
not always tinnitus. Tinnitus, you know tinnitus.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
sounds like a like
Yeah.
I've got tinnitus and I get it. It like comes back every once in a while. It's pretty shitty. But this ringing, like you're hearing now, when I was a kid, let me tell you, I used to remember going to the mall, right? Alexander's, you probably King's Plaza Mall.
Yeah,
You know King's Plaza.
I know
So
King's
I used to
Plaza.
go to King's Plaza, right? And then back in King's Plaza, excuse me, my bad, y'all. We had Alexander's.
Yeah,
We had Alexander's in the mall, and then in there you would walk by anything, and then you would hear this ringing, this consistent ringing. We'd walk past like Sam Goody or Nobody Beats the Wiz, and then those were the electric places, the Radio Shack especially. As soon as you get closer to those places where the TV is on, you hear that ridiculous ringing. It's like,
yeah.
and then as soon as you turn the TV off, it goes away. And this is
Yeah.
something that I always recalled as a kid. And I'm like, golly, man, that's weird. Anytime they have a TV or a video game or even a radio on, I got the buzz. And then they turn it off, I don't have the buzz no more.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about this over the course of time, and how much radiation is actually happening, especially in the city. And when I get outside of the city, it goes away. There's a lesser version of it. I've got this thing that's providing wireless over here in the corner throughout my loft. But we also, like Nicole and I, we were like, we did a week where we just turned the phone off and we left him downstairs. We slept really well, and we're trying to work on that a little bit more to keep the phone off and away. Because who the hell knows what's coming out of these things? This isn't paranoia. This is just radiation. It's just real life. It's public record. There's shit coming out of your phone. There's shit coming out of the corner of your room that's providing you with your wireless internet. It's happening. There's no walking away from it. So, like, you know, and I'll get a certain high pitch ring that comes in. It goes ooh, and I'm like, Nicole, did you hear that? And she's like, yep, yep. And you know, I basically the way I handle it is I just like I say no, 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 and then it goes away. And even if I plug my ears, it doesn't make a difference because radio waves move through your hands, right? But
Yeah.
like, I basically make a conscious effort to say no. You don't get to program me through your phone, through the phone today. You don't get to do that, and then it stops. You know, but like we're bombarded with this shit every day. I don't want to like make this conversation about radiation because we all know this shit anyway. But hey, somebody in the chat said that I was a flat earther for Trump. I don't know who said it.
Yeah, somebody said.
Yeah. I don't do blue team, red team, man. I don't participate in that bullshit. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
man. Somebody always trying to stir somebody always trying to kick the honey's pot. The hornet's nest in here, man. Somebody always fucking around. Right now, okay. Let's address one thing. All right, Realm Walker 1. I don't know who the idiot is, but be careful. I mentioned in here, welcome, but at the same time, play nice. Okay? You need to be good to these guys in here in the chat because they are anytime you see somebody with a wrench, just be cautious and play good, man. Play good. If you want to get something off your chest, we can do it in an adult manner. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, like I'm getting used to like the battles in the chat or whatever. But man, all you guys out there, like, look, like the flat earthers, we're the most mellow, chill group on the planet. Like we're not looking to fight. We're not looking to do anything. We're just like we're trying to look at data. We're trying to look at maps. We're a bunch of map lovers. I'm a map lover.
Yeah,
you know, I love cartography, man.
Maps.
Read your
Nikki.
maps, man.
No. Speaking of maps,
Nikki got the bells. Nikki got the bells on her legs, man. It looked like an episode of One Day at a Time or something.
She's back in the 90s again.
never left the 90s.
Okay. Nikki got
90s
the
never
bells.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of maps, my phone has been at the same place.
Yeah, she got her phone stolen from an airplane back from Detroit, and I have you could search for where the phone is on maps, so we know where it's at. We were telling the cops, it's like, yeah, we have the exact address. We don't know what floor it's on. There's only 3 floors there, so you're gonna have to like you know.
Vlad, because of you, I learned how to use Google Earth because of your stream.
There you
Who
go.
was on your stream? That was Boston Mudflat. Was it?
That was it? No, Boston Mudflood wasn't on my.
It was on the one when we did the old map. Was it Mondazi map? What's it called? The
No, it was
Monty.
a different stream that.
Monty map. Yeah. We did that.
Right.
And we were totally like we mapped out like crazy because I used to like I was a globe collector, man. I used to be a
We
globe.
did the map. We did the monster.
Yeah,
Monster
but
map.
I learned about
The monster map.
Hold on. This phone story is actually funny. The Google Maps, like the Google, like Find My iPhone gave me an address. I downloaded Google Earth onto my iPad. I found the address. I looked around the house. I found a piece of graffiti that was on the facade. And then that led me to an obituary. The obituary led me to family names. Those family names led me to social media accounts.
So he's a famous comedian.
No, he's got like 10K subs, but like, I know a lot of people who have a lot of subs.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't want to use people to be like, fuck with this person, but like, I think it's just really funny that this fucker, like my cracked iPhone, he just like.
See, you got to understand one thing about Nicole. Like, the phone is
phone,
insignificant.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. She's more about. She's kind of like a sleuth. She's like a master sleuth. Yeah, she's like, what's the girl from the cartoon? What's her name?
Who, Penny?
Nancy Drew.
She's Nancy
Oh,
Drew.
Penny.
She's
Penny from Inspector.
She will do this all day long. She doesn't even care about the phone. She doesn't give 2 shits
Oh no,
about the phone.
I will find everything.
Yeah, and so she actually
Dude,
did
I
this
worked
deep
at the
dive.
New York Post in the photo department. I know
So
how
there you
to
go.
find photos. I know how to find information.
Don't get on this girl's bad side because she will.
I was
find
gonna
out
say,
Nobody
I was
has a
about
bad
to
side.
say
There's
that.
nobody that has a bad side.
Okay, yeah, man. Don't make her mad, y'all. Let's put it
No,
like that.
but I did just look up the anagrams for Brenda, and you should do that.
Oh yeah,
They're
Brenda.
funny. Look
Last
up on
night, Brenda.
Scrabble.
Last night that was
There's
just.
one that will define everything.
I was making pasta last night, and when Brenda came on, it ruined my pasta making experience.
Oh, you know what? I look at it like this. Brenda is going to, if Brenda comes on here again, I will give him the floor
Herm?
so then he can explain so he can explain what's going on up here, because I don't want to make it seem as if we're on the attack for Brenda. You
Of
know what I'm
course.
saying? I
We
don't
always
want
want
to make
Brenda to
it.
come back. We want Brenda to come back because
Yeah,
Brenda
come
is
on
like
back.
she's the life of the or he or whatever whatever it is the life of the party, and it makes it so easy for everything to be fun and funny.
Undoc-
You know, I used to be like in the back of the day. I was like, this is either one of the most genius comedians of all time, or we really have a problem on our hands. I couldn't figure out what it was. I was like, it's like nobody could be this way, but apparently Brenda is Brenda. So Brenda can always come in. Brenda, if you're out there tonight, come on in. Also, by the way, Sav, it's your birthday, buddy. Where are you?
It's his birthday.
It's your birthday, Sav. It's your birthday.
Oh.
I'm giving him a little bit of heat
Bob
because
and I both think Brenda is McToon.
yeah, Brenda's
Oh.
McToon. There you go. Start that one. Brenda is McToon.
You see,
You were talking about the thing that's coming up in a week or so.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's super fun, man. This is like I said. What we got here is I think we satisfactorily got ahead of it and talked about all the subjects that could be have talked about or anything else. We got ahead of it. We did it a month
Yes.
ago. We cleared the air. Okay.
Yep.
And I apparently they're gonna go down there. So like now we have the construction that we did over the last 2 months to say these are our concerns about the observation. I call it the everyday observation. Whatever.
Yeah.
And so like now.
The Alberta Clipper.
Oh yeah, the Alberta Clipper. Don't even talk about that. That's the weather front that's moving through. Have you ever heard of an Alberta Clipper? I've never heard of that. That's the new weather phenomenon that's coming through the Northeast. So
Okay.
I don't know.
The Alberta Clipper. That's
The Alberta
interesting.
Clipper. They just make up new names for weather phenomena. It's like the Alberta cyclone, cyclobomb weather, sky river or whatever. Anyway, they do this shit. But anyway, so like, now we've got it all laid out. Everybody cleared the air over the last 2 months. We said exactly what our position was. I said at the very beginning, it's like, I don't give a fuck what they see down there. We got a pile of evidence over here that says it's one way. You get one little observation down there and you're going to suck the cock of the media and they're going to run with that shit forever. That's fine. Whatever. If it happens, we still don't know if it's going to happen. If it happens, we are perfectly positioned to continue on after this bullshit. Now they're going to hammer us with some fucking press later this month. Probably some Netflix bullshit, whatever. And then everybody's going to fucking forget about it. And we're still going to be here looking at data and figuring this fucking shit out. It's going to be long gone by the end of January. When Super Bowl hits, nobody's going to fucking remember what happened. Sorry about all the
I
F-bombs,
think that
man.
we should just start
No,
manifesting
no.
like a positive outcome regardless.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
just like-
I mentioned before, Mark Sargent hit the nail right on the head. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
they have a show coming up.
Yeah, so Mark Sargent always got some stuff playing.
Yeah.
Mark Sargent says that it's going to actually have people pay more attention to the flat earth. And shout out to Matthew Senko. This is a good one. I like that. Saab does need more candles. Saab up there, boy. Saab,
Come
up
defend
there.
yourself. Come
Gray
defend
beard.
yourself.
Come on, Graybeard. Where you at?
I can make candles.
miss Saab.
If Saab needs
Yeah.
more candles, I can make them. I make candles.
Yeah, so
Okay, that's
Nicole
what's
makes
up.
candles.
If
I love
If you
them.
do that for a business, I will support it.
It's called
I
Poor
Yeah.
Princess.
Yeah, it's Poor Princess Candles. She makes candles.
Princess.
We need to
Okay.
get up to our capitalistic side more often because we're good at a lot of things, but we don't make a lot of money at a lot of things we should make money at. So
But it's about making it.
it's about making really
Yes.
beautiful.
And hey, you know what? And I'm going to support it. Everybody, shout out to the Poor Princess Candle Shop. Make sure you sub, you like, you seek Poor Princess, and you support that business because I will. And I'm going to buy candles.
You know
what
what?
I'm saying?
Please do, because I can't even afford like the Shopify app charge for it, or
Yeah, but by
all
the
I
time
have
we
is
pay
on
rent,
TikTok. I
by the
haven't
time we
even
pay
done
rent in New
any
York City and our bills, we
social
have like
media.
about $50 to like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got enough to you got enough to buy like a cent of a Big Mac. You be like,
Cent?
yes.
Did you just
yeah,
use the word
a
cent?
SCENT. Yeah. You go to McDonald's and then you're like, yes, hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? Yes, I've got $5. Can you just like open a box of a Big Mac and I can smell that motherfucker? I just want to smell it real quick. They're like, listen, $5, we'll let you look at it and smell it. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
And you know what's even worse?
$5, man. Back in the day, it was like Big Macs $2 for $1.
Yeah.
Now it's like $5. You ain't getting no Big Mac. They might let you put your tongue on it. That's it.
You know what they also do? They fucking pipe that smell outside on the sidewalk. especially down there at the stop or the GMZ right before it goes into Manhattan.
Hold on,
They
then
got a pipe
then
running that
they
shit with
make
that
you
smell going up the
order-
sidewalk.
They
Just
make
like
you
makes you
order
want to go.
yourself on a screen, and then they get mad at you when you're like, "Did you give me my ketchup?"
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
no,
can I get
we
a
don't give
cup
out
for
napkins.
my
We don't give out
big
napkins.
meal
Oh, you
then
want
they
napkins?
they got the
that I
nerve
have
to
to fill
get mad
myself? Like,
get-
why are we even paying you for customer service?
They come
you
sucking
get
their
pissed
teeth. They're
off-
like, yeah, they're like, oh. I'm like,
Right?
oh,
It's like, you know what?
if you would have gave me ketchup the first time, Gio, what's going on, homie?
Hey,
It's good to see you, bro.
live music. Let's see, we've got something up here.
Live music. Oh, snap, nigga, who
dude,
it is?
Dude, I hear you, man. Like I've known Mark Sargent going on about a decade. I haven't seen any evidence that he behaves that way yet. I'm a pretty open-minded dude. I know, but
I would say
I generally
music
tend to like.
that Mark Sargent actually would love your comment.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
he
about it.
likes people
Mark-
to check
he's-
him.
Yeah, and Mark Sargent, you want to know something? Mark
He'll always
Sargent,
answer the phone.
Yeah,
He always
Yeah.
answers the phone. I can reach him any time of the day. If he is a CIA agent, he is the best actor I've ever
He
met.
is so. I
Let's
said
put it
this
that way.
on tinfoil. I was like, Mark, are you so deep undercover that you don't even know that you're undercover? And he's like, I've thought about that.
It's like MK Ultra undercover. Like,
No,
Yeah.
like his whole family was like, all right, this time we're gonna do this and this and this, and then they came
No,
here.
let me give you something on Mark, and this is for everybody. This is a little piece of information that maybe a lot of people
He's
don't
a
know.
good soul. He's
He's a
angel.
good dude, but or more importantly, he's a nerd. He is a dork.
he
He is
appears
a
like that.
fucking dork, and he like,
Which-
but the best kind of
which
dork.
I don't think. I
He's
was
the
gonna
best
say,
kind
I
of
don't
dork.
think that's a bad thing. I think that's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I tend to get along really well with nerds. I happen to be one of myself in some regard. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah. He's like we've all peeled into him over the years. Like we're talking almost 10 years now. We peeled into him trying to figure out like what's going on. He really is one of those guys that's like he knew all the names of the Transformer toys to the T, all the way to the end of the collection before anyone else even knew there were Transformers. He's
Really?
that kid. He's a gamer. He's got a boisterous personality and a really great radio voice, which a lot of people, I think that turns people in a lot of certain ways. But I've spent 2 years after he does Strange World with a little private thing that we hang out with 8 to 10 people have hung out with him. I have not seen any evidence of him doing anything that would hurt the Flat Earth movement. I have not seen that. I've not seen it whatsoever.
You know
Me
what? As a
neither.
matter of fact, I'm going to reach out to Mark Sargent because his Flat Earth friends reach out to him all the time, and he does shorts all the time, so you should follow it. And one of
Right.
his Flat Earth, has anybody seen those?
Yeah, he does. He's doing some Flat Earth shorts now,
So
which
my
is
Flat
like,
Earth friends reach out to me and blah 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 blah.
Yes,
Like,
and then he
Yeah.
speaks really fast.
he speaks
Yeah.
really fast, but I
Yes,
would be like, my
and
Flat
that
Earth
one.
friends reached out to me, and they were on vlog blah 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 blah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
gonna
saw
have him
one
make a whole
today and I
entire
liked
script
it.
out of that. I'm gonna make you famous, Lab Music.
So there's a way. You want to know something? It's still, even though it seems like it's mainstream, it's getting education out there. And to me, even though it may look a little bit cheesy because it's like it's almost seems overused, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think this is how you get you play on someone's psyche to actually do their due diligence, right? And to kind of break them away from the spell, the original spell that's the globe. So even though like I get it rubs some people the wrong way, and I could see why, I get it. At the same time, it's we're cleaning the brain of the nonsense that it was taught, right?
Yes.
To train it to think a different way, to think the right way.
Yes, and
So-
speak to that also is like,
Train
having
instead of trance.
train instead of friends. And what you get really was like there are a lot of people that are good at certain segments of what I would consider a team sport that we're trying to do is bringing everybody outside of the the brainwash, right? We're all trying to elevate a large group of people up and out of it, up and out of the weeds, right? They're like Mark is a very good freshman recruiter. Dave Weiss is, I would call him the 1st through 5th grade teacher. He's really good at speaking to those people. You go to Flatzoid. Flatzoid's like the physics professor in college. So like, don't go to Flatzoid first before you go to Mark or Dave, because then you're going to get yourself upside down in physics
and then
forever.
you get your MBA through Sovereign Sun.
Yeah. We went through Ryan.
I heard he's
Ryan
real
is
smart,
Ryan broke my brain.
I was like, I know nothing.
Yeah. And so like, so you've got a lot of people that are doing really good jobs in certain parts. If you're ready for the high level, physics stuff. You know, Solve is a great one. The Globebusters Tech is a great one. Flatzoid's a great one. You know, you got the guys over across the pond. You know, that they
Flatzoid's across the pond. Is
Yeah,
it
Flatzoid's
cosmology or cosmogony? Which one? It can't be both.
Dude,
Hey,
I love your impressions, dude.
Hey,
It's
PJ,
so good.
shout out to PJ with the 5P. You rock.
No. I know. It's so joyful to
I mean, I still want to see Richard B's like proof that his toilet goes backwards.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that.
Yeah, you know, Richard B is one of our guys in Australia. We've been making like fun of this whole fucking the water goes one way or another. We've proved that in our own apartment. You know, it's like silly pants, but it's like you've got people in every single section that are doing really good work. You know, you've got like especially like the ones I have the most respect for are the ones that like I did my one photo test over the Long Island Sound, and you know, one other one from Jersey, but like some of these guys are going out 8, 10 times, 20 times over large bodies of water.
You know who's the guy that does the distance all the time? Taboo Conspiracy.
Dude. That dude deserves
Hello, everybody.
a
I
ton.
was out there in Utah.
I was like,
and I
wait,
had
who is
my
that kid?
friends.
He's
Hello,
Yeah, yeah.
everybody.
Distance.
Yeah.
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 It was my flat Earth friends that got to see this distance of 38 miles. Check it out. And
Yeah.
then you see the video and stuff like that. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
he's just so like complete. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh man, that's just like, you know, and I dug, you know, I cut my chops on him and a few other guys that were doing those distance measurements way before this was even like something that we even wanted to admit to, you know. But I was like, I can't deny it. Now we got guys like all over the place shooting shit that's like way the far over bays or like people that live on the coast. It's all over the place now.
Yeah, it's become a game. It's like a fun and funny game. It's like, wow, look at that curvature at like 900 miles. Like how did he get that straight path of 900 or it's such a ridiculous distance? Like how did you find that much land or how did you find that much water? How did you do it? How did you do it?
And then you get some like super genius engineer from Southern California. You'll remember his name. He's the guy
Elon Musk?
that guy. You know, the guy that was shooting from infrared, not only from planes but from
Shatner.
No, it's not Shatner either.
Shatner.
Shatner shit his pants. You remember this guy? Somebody out there in chat knows who this guy is. He was the one that first started doing.
Shatner.
Is he the one that did infrared?
Yes.
And he's like on the
What the hell is
is
his
it
name?
at the San Francisco Bay or something like that?
Yeah, I'm brain farting, but Jay Tolan. So like,
Nice rethink. Good
he
job.
shoots stuff, and he's up in a plane.
Jay
he has to-
Tolan, okay, rethinking as
Yeah,
well.
and you subtract the 35,000 that he's up in a plane. He's still shooting Canada from Arizona from a plane, and when you see that shit, you immediately walk from the globe. There's not even a question about it. You're just like, wait, what? He's shooting that giant lake in Canada from some place way south of Chicago, which it's impossible on the globe math to see this fucking thing. It's impossible. And he broke through a lot of things. San Jacinto, he shot San Jacinto at 110 miles, I believe it was, from where he lived. And he couldn't see it with his regular camera, throws the infrared on there, and suddenly he sees the whole thing. And so you're like, that was the breakthrough for a lot of us, 2015, 2016, where we were just looking for measurements, right? Mm-hmm. That shit is complete. That ain't going away. Whatever happens in Antarctica.
Why does everybody think that they can see with a camera?
Well, it helps because our eyes aren't that good.
Lens.
It is.
Yes, and that's what it is. Our eyes, even if you had 2010 vision, it's not
So
perfect.
we're triangulating
Yeah.
ourselves.
So these cameras are much more powerful than our eyes.
Yes.
So
yes.
like we can
and
actually,
they have if they have the infrared, what that does is it eliminates a lot of the atmospherics. You know what I'm saying? With
Yes, and that's why
haze,
they rely so heavily on blue.
Yeah.
My
haze
question-
and everything else.
My question is about synchronicities, though. So if there is not some like powers that be, what? Have you ever heard of a sombrero galaxy?
Oh yeah, the sombrero galaxy.
Speaking of sombrero, tinfoil sombrero, shout out. Before we continue, I want to say shout out to tinfoil sombrero. Welcome, brother. It's good to see you. I know
What's
we're a little
up,
bit
Rico?
late. Yeah, Donald
There you go.
Piasic, welcome, brother. Welcome. And
But
in
seriously,
the
have
words
you
in the
ever-
In the words of Vika, welcome, brother. It's good to see you. Hey, you can talk to me or you can talk to Gene. Anybody, brother.
That is
Wait,
my
Welcome.
wait. In the words of Sombrero, de nada.
de nada. Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
one of my favorite things to listen to you, man, is like you've got everyone's impressions down perfectly.
I
You
love
got to
it.
work that out more because like there's
It's so
something
good.
there's something that Flat Earth needs more than anything else is humor. We need comedy. You know, like that's what we try to do at Tinfoil. Like, there's plenty of people doing tech. You know, plenty of people doing really high level stuff. That's not my lane. You know, I understand how to listen to it. I understand how to do it, but I'm like
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
trying to be serious.
I love the love that you bring to it, dude. Every time there's the positive flow coming out of these screens when you come on, I'm just like, fuck yeah, it's Flat. Fuck yeah, dude. He's on. He's
I
on. Fuck, we got
appreciate
this
it,
shit,
man.
you know. And I'm just like, I'm cooking, I'm making pasta, I'm like doing laundry. I'm like, fuck yeah, Vlad.
And then Brenda
I'm not
comes
even trying to be
on,
funny.
and then Brenda come on, just like start
I love last
acting all
night.
crazy. It's like, oh,
She's like, you're not a man. You're not a man. Your family hates you. And you're like, you're right, Brenda. You're right. You
Yeah,
just took
that
it.
was actually
The arrows kept coming. The arrows just
So
bouncing off
good.
of you. Just you're right, Brenda. Arrows off. Arrows
yeah,
off.
she
like,
wins.
like
Brenda
you were a
for the win.
martyr for Brenda.
Brenda for the win, yo. Brenda
Like
for
Brenda
the
is the new
win.
Karen,
Yeah, Brenda for the win, yo.
not Karen
Brenda
B.
for the yeah,
Not to
right.
be confused with Karen B.
Yeah, not to be
Okay.
Karen B is our she's our house she's our house she protects the logic. So like I know there's a lot of people out there that don't
Listen, if
get
you
along
have
with Karen B.
on your
I get
side,
it.
you are safe in this
Yeah,
realm.
yeah,
all
she'll
right.
bite you. She'll bite your head
Right.
off. Yeah, but like
Does
here's
she
the
have
thing.
one of those haircuts? Does she have one of those where the fuck's the manager at haircut?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she
does.
is, but she's the
Ooh,
opposite of the
but she's-
Karen that you think. She is the one that will pounce on your theory 100%. But you know what? She is also
She will
one
call
of the
you out.
legends. She is a legend
She-
of this field.
She will call you out and she will make you learn.
Yeah.
And that is a
Karen
skill.
B.
And I
Karen
don't.
B. I think
Yeah.
she was she didn't she get on with Jaren for a while? Karen
She was
B,
on with
that's
Mark.
the name
She was
She
on
was
with
on
Mark
with
for
Mark and
from
Strange
Strange World
World.
for 2 years. Yeah. So
Mark
like,
from
and
Strange
I would say, and I would
She
say,
hosts the festivals,
yeah.
Flat Earth Festival.
And there are things I don't agree with her about, but like you want every single good position to be covered in this movement
Yes.
because we need to be covered.
Yes.
She is the one that will come in and destroy your theory to make sure you're doing it right. She has a lot of people hate her for it.
She's
I love it.
fearless.
I love
like
it
her.
because
I like her doing that. I really
because
do.
even I spoke bad about freaking I don't want to give him his power, but there was
I know who you're talking about.
Q and Fee, right? Spoke
Yeah.
bad about him yesterday, but at the same time, it made me like even though he was talking mad mess, I was like, that's fine because it's like where's the error? And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, if he can help me see where I erred, no matter how bad he's talking crap about me, if I make an error, I want to correct it. I want to
Yes.
be like, okay, I found it. Because I don't want to be those egotistical assholes that's like, oh, fuck him. And then just because I've got people that are cool with me, we totally ignore my error. No,
Yeah.
that's not what we're here for. We're
Don't
here to
let
make
Flat Earth
correct-
become the religion that Globecardia is.
Exactly.
It's not
Don't
a vengeance.
let it.
All of our souls know that the earth is flat. They just
Yes.
told us in this incarnation and kept us
Yes.
captive about that. But our souls are evolving right now and they're moving up. And it's all happening. And people are going to wake up with a bucket of water spilled on their face and they're going to be pissed off. And you know who they're going to come to? Us.
Yep. Well, they're gonna come with their tail tucked in between their legs, and we're gonna be like,
And you know we're going
Dog,
to
we
be like,
tried
it's
to
okay.
tell
We're gonna be like, we were here the whole time. Just chill out.
Yeah.
We're cool. We're cool.
Yeah,
And then you know what?
It's
We're
like,
gonna be
whatever.
like, you know what? You were really fun when you came on that podcast that one time, and you were a total dick. Like what you said
You know
was
what?
actually funny,
Yeah.
and it made me think.
because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have a couple of Globers in here. Professor Phil, wherever you're at, brother, show yourself. He's actually a physics professor as well as a chemistry expert.
Well,
And he lives down under. So he boxes kangaroos. He eats
Mm-hmm.
Vegemite, and he
Wait, hold on.
he
Wait,
plays
let
the
me hear it
didgeridoo.
again.
He
eats Vegemite. I love Vegemite. That's in
like,
Men
a
at Work.
thing. People
I love
box
that.
with kangaroos. Like they go to CrossFit and there's a kangaroo
Yeah.
there.
There are people that have done it in the past. It used to be a sport, like a pastime. So
Yes,
Professor
I've
Phil,
seen-
that's
I've
who
seen
it is.
Historical photos of that.
Yeah. So
But
there are
it's
people
still
that
makes
actually,
sense.
they used to fight
That is
kangaroos, man.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like I always like
The lab coat award.
lab coat award, yeah. But here's I'll be
man
the first.
Matthew.
I'll be the first to admit, like I have a bachelor's degree in biology, so I learned post high school science
Do you want
for
to
another
admit
5 years.
that or omit that?
I don't know if I want to admit it or omit it, but like I walked away from it because I did sense the indoctrination. I don't wear a wide lab coat. I play guitar, so that's where I went. But I can speak to some of these guys, and like really, it just comes down to like I had to go back and review my geometry. I had to go back and review my trigonometry. I had to go
It
back
makes
and
you
review.
yes.
And
It
I had
makes you
to.
go back and like, all right, now I have to do this all over again. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's the amount of time and effort that you put into actually doing backtrack work just to figure if you're being messed with or not. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And here's the thing, and I sincerely thought I was being messed with when people said, "Oh, it's flat, it's flat." I said, "There's no way in hell," but something inside me was like, "Oh, bro, it makes sense. You better look before you regret it, and you wind up like these idiots out there."
yeah.
Oh, speak of the, my brother's here. My awesome, amazing brother's here. All right, my amazing, amazing brothers here. As soon as I said those people that believe, like he popped up, kind of like speak of the devil.
Yeah,
You call for cow, 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 cow shows up.
yeah, and here's the bugger of it. It's like it really is not as we did a lot of the heavy lifting and uncovering something that was already there the whole time, right? Back in 2015, 2017, a whole bunch of us just dug in and tried to figure it out. And now we're there. It's a lot easier now. We're not getting nearly as much shit as we were getting in 2015. And really, if you're a newbie, if you're on the fence or whatever, it's so much easier. You'll probably get through this in a weekend if you just set aside the time to find the right material. You will get through it, and you're going to be okay. It doesn't change your daily life. It doesn't change much about your thing, but it changes everything. So, like, if you can get that and figure it out, and then if I can say nothing else to your listeners, it's like it's not about the shape, man. It's about the lie. And once you understand what it's about, the lie, you get your arms around that, then you can really see the Matrix for what it is. That's just kind of where
Leslie,
we're at.
my brother, my oldest brother is a teacher in many ways. So he's a kung fu sifu. He's a kung fu teacher, but he does this like this is his side gig, right? But
Yep.
he's also a math teacher, and he's always been amazing at math. My brother taught he's my oldest brother, and he taught me everything damn near up until I left and I joined the Navy. And so he's real smart, but he's real kind of not smart when it comes to the flat earth. So this is what he does, right? This is one of his claims to fame. So what he does is exactly what I'd mentioned before. He uses these big words that don't mean anything. And Leslie, I love you. You're great. You're amazing. You're real smart. But the geometric aspect of what? So and here's the thing. Just because we don't know what the geometric aspect is doesn't make this bitch curve. And so that's what
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell you the whole time. But I'm glad that you're here so you can sit back and you can learn a little something.
Can I
from your
take a
youngest
shot?
brother.
Can I just take a quick like frame of like what he's asking? So at 8 inches per mile, that would be a slant. That would be a slant in geometry. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a slant. That doesn't make
Yeah.
it
It's
curving.
it's
or
not
anything.
it's not an automatic curve
When
exactly.
you square it, then you get your curve. Okay, you get your curve, and it's accurate up to I think it's accurate up to thousands of miles, but I'll be safe and say up to 500 miles. It's easily enough to disprove the 3959 radius of the alleged sphere. Yeah, and so what we're talking about is we're just seeing stuff too far around a ball.
Yeah.
If we're sitting on top of, I wish I had a ball here.
Dude, if you
you're on
think
top
that-
of a ball, it should be curving away from you in all ways. Every ways, including buildings and clouds, should be
it's
like
simpler than
around
that.
the ball, right? But like we're seeing stuff way too far. So like then the next step 2 is it must be a bigger ball. Must be a bigger ball.
I mean,
I went through it
it's
too.
so far out.
I went through it too.
Yes.
But but once it becomes a bigger ball, that means like you have to redefine modern cosmology and astrophysics from the ground up because all of your measurements were wrong to begin with. So the bigger ball doesn't work either. What's the most simple, basic way to look at it? We see too far. We live in a realm. We have shores around us, and who knows what's outside of those shores. But we live in a place where we're standing up. My head is standing up in the same direction as Flatsoys is in South Africa, as Robert in Australia. We're standing up in the same direction.
Wait.
They're just way over there. They're just
Yes.
way out there, way over there.
Hold on. We are
Yes.
standing in a place where I have to do
And-
a FOIA in order to get surveillance footage from the airport where my phone was stolen.
Yes.
but we can see 28 million miles away
Oh yeah, that one.
at the Sombrero Galaxy.
At the
Guys,
Sombrero Galaxy.
It says, Capitan Rastur, you have to connect your, it says right here, you need to connect your mic and cam before you can add them to the stream. So before I can add you, your mic and cam must be connected. I cannot do, because you're appearing as if you're here. Okay, it's connected. Something's connected. And let's welcome on to the show our brother, Capitan Rastur. Are you
Thanks.
finished?
Thanks, Vladimir. No, actually, I'm Serbian, and Vladimir is a very common name here in Serbia.
Oh, man. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's like Michael or Chris in America. Or
like Vladimir is in Russia.
Or Bernard in America. Kind of common like that.
Or Nicole is on the mainstream media.
Yeah, right. Welcome, Capitan.
Thanks. Hi, Vladimir. Hi, Larry, and hi, Nicole, and hi, Chet.
Hi, Capitan.
So I have a far-fetched theory actually I'm gonna read. Just a second.
Okay.
Okay, Vlad. I sent you a message on your last video, and it's easier for me to just read to you guys what I wrote down. So since the TFE, since the final experiment was announced, one of my theories was that they can do it in Arctic and present to us as it is filmed in Antarctic. So I will present my case now. So I will give you 3 clues, and then I will give you little research that I did today to bring it all together. So first clue is, so let's start with Brazilian guys. I heard on the Flat Earth Banjos channel, I heard a few times that he mentioned that some Brazilian flat earthers were offered last year, like around summer, they were offered to go in 2024 to Antarctica, the same shit as we are having now. And those Brazilian guys were like, they wanted to rush the thing, and they I don't know who offered them, but anyways they told the guy, hey, why don't we do it this year? I mean, in 2023. And they were declined for some reason. The guy told them that was from
yes.
The guy told them, no, we can do it, but in 2024. So that is the first clue. So I think they didn't have the footage from Arctic ready yet. So because they wanted to film it in 2024. So next clue, number 2, is Jaron mentioned that he would take the Chile newspaper to prove that he is in Chile, which doesn't make any sense to me. Why would he want to prove that he is in Chile? Because if they only way to film 24-hour sun in this time of year would be, of course, in Antarctica, if it is possible. I mean, if it is there to begin with. So why when he said I will take the Chile newspaper, and I will take a picture of it just to prove you guys that I'm in Chile, that was like a red flag to me, but I didn't think much of it until recently. Now, clue number. I mean, that is just a second. It makes sense what Jaron said. It makes sense as a diversion. Like he was like, hey, look at the Chile newspaper. Therefore, we are filming in Antarctica. I mean, I don't know why would he say that. Then clue number 3, when I really started to suspect that they already have the footage, was a few days ago. We recently got the news that ALE company will accommodate the crew by taking them a few kilometers from the camp, so the crew could have uninterrupted view of the horizon. And that is very convenient, because in that case we won't have the landmarks of Union Glacier there. I mean, if it's all ice, that goes very well with my crazy theory that they already have the footage from Arctic. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for that accommodation from ALE, I wouldn't think not much about it. And today, I said to myself, "Hey, this is pretty crazy, but let me check the online activities of the guys involved around summer's northern solstice, so around 21st of June." And I did a little half an hour research, and probably with someone will prove me wrong like tomorrow, but I wanted to share because it's very interesting. I checked the online activities of Vicit, Jaron, Dave McKeegan, McToon, and Critical Think. So the 5 guys that will go there. I checked the activities.
Guys, when he says 5 guys, he's not talking about hamburgers and fries, by the way. So let's continue.
Okay, yes. But if you want to monetize 5 guys later. Also, did you look up Duffy?
Nicole, I shouldn't have done that. Capitan, I'm sorry.
No, not a problem. Okay, it's all good. It's good. So I checked it today, and I wanted to see if there is a gap in time when all those guys were not posting content online. And actually, I found it like, I was like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. So actually, the gap, there are 2 gaps. One is before 21st of June, and that is from June 12th until June 18th. So 6 or 7 days. 6 or 7 days before 21st of June, there were not any content posted. I'm talking about YouTube. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. So that is one gap. And the second gap is from 29th June until 3rd July. That is also like 5 days, and they're going to be there for 4 days. So we have a perfect gaps before summer solstice of 7 days, and we have a gap after the summer solstice, 7 days after, and you know what I'm saying. So I mean, my alarm bells went fucking off, and I was like, but you know what? It's pretty. I mean, I still can't believe it, but I wanted to share with you guys so someone can make a deeper dive into this. Someone from chat who maybe have other networks, but I found 2 fucking perfect gaps before and after the summer solstice, where there was actually, I want to say only Duffy had a content continuously, like every 2 days, but Duffy has his little shitty green screen, he only posts with green screen, so it would be easy for him to do it from Arctic if they film there, but you can't replicate Jaron's room or Witzit's room, or it would be it would be much of a hassle to do it. But Duffy can do it, with his little shitty green screen, from the Arctic. So I just wanted to share with you, and I wanted to share with you and the chat the craziest theory yet. So my point is, they have it. They have the footage from the Arctic.
Footage from the north.
Yes, man.
Dude, oh my!
And that would be easiest. That would be perfect. I mean, you know what? I'm thinking about how to disprove myself, and probably somebody will tell me, "Hey, man, the sunspots will tell it." But I don't know if they could only do a little editing, a little fucking sunspots. That would be it. And about the direction of the sun, I'm not familiar with video editing or anything, but I think maybe the mirror mode on camera, so it all looks like going in. I don't know, man. But today I was like, hey man, what the fuck? So I put that message on a lot of channels that I follow, just to give people a little something to search and to look, because we have to look everything, and because if they did it in Arctic, they don't need sun simulators, they don't need anything, they just need to but gaps are there. Just check it. I probably it's a bullshit, but because I only looked it for half an hour, and I don't know other I don't have other networks, But that's it, guys. For me, actually, it's pretty late in Serbia. It's at 4 in the morning. I stayed up just to share this with you guys. So I wish you good stream, and I will be off now.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, wait.
Thanks,
Wow.
Capitan.
Hold on.
Hey,
Capitan, do not go
Capitan.
for a second. I just want to give you props on your research skills, because to be able to narrow in
Yes.
onto that stuff is epic.
Yeah.
But thanks,
And
Nicole.
your
Thanks, Nicole.
theory is
But
not bullshit. Your theory
I-
is actually aligns with my theory, and you kind of validated me. And I just want you to know that, because
Wow.
it's really hard to talk about this stuff and be able to use words to articulate it and be able to speak different languages and communicate. And I don't know if you heard about my phone being
well,
stolen.
thanks, Nicole. I mean, it was just I mean, maybe a lucky guess. I just decided to check quickly for the gaps in time around the northern solstice, and it happens that there are actually gaps, perfect gaps, like 7 and 5 days before and after. So I don't know which gap. If they did it, I don't know which gap. But anyway, you have something to maybe think about. So I will wish you all good stream and good night. I have to go off. It's 4 in the morning and I'm pretty tired. Thanks for
Hey.
Thanks,
Capitan,
Capitan.
Thank you,
everybody,
Capitan.
shout out to Capitan.
Thanks,
Capitan,
yeah.
Yeah,
Rastur,
shout out to
much
Good
Capitan,
stuff.
and I will
appreciated,
definitely
man.
be sending you
Wow.
a message.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks, guys. All the best. All the best. Thanks.
And I think
Wow.
I wanted there was on a side note that I wanted to talk about that too, which is like the one thing that I don't think has been talked about a lot is like we've got two really great discerning guys that are allegedly going to go out to the thing, and
Ooh.
well it's
Neil
it's,
deGrasse Tyson and
Oh
Captain Kirk.
no, they're going on a yacht. They're going on a yacht. No, Austin, I trust to no end to the end of days. Like he's never not shown up to me. Jaron's pretty close on that, but like we've got some guys going out there. I think one of the first things that they're thinking about when they get on that plane is what direction they're going. Okay, so the first of like relative to the Mercator projection, they're going to know that they're flying somewhere out and over the Gulf of Mexico, and or I don't know where they're flying from. Maybe he's flying from California, so he's going to be flying down. I say down, but out over Baja, down to another connection point in South America. They're going to be paying attention to their compasses. They're going to know where they're at.
What if they're the
Can I complete my thought real fast?
Yeah, sorry.
And then they're going to be paying attention to their compasses to make sure they are where they actually are, right? So
Are there compasses in the astral plane?
doesn't matter. That's not.
What if
That's,
they're the first explorers of the astral plane?
maybe they are. But what I'm saying is, you get out, and you're basically you don't have a lot of landmarks to know what you're going, but you know you're landing in a certain city that appears on a Mercator map that is somewhere out there. Towards the direction that we're supposed to go. They land there and they have another connection point, and then they take off again, and then they're over whiteness. They're over ice, snow.
Yes. And then it's blinding.
Then it's blinding. Then you literally don't have any way to know exactly where you're at.
Right, that's another thing. I didn't want to steal his thunder. I wanted to make sure that I remembered that particular question. So
Yeah.
there's something remarkable that he mentions, right? That they could very well could have recorded stuff going on up there.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know what the mountainous pattern looks like looking at what could be the outside of Hyperborea?
No idea, man.
I don't know. Like in Washington State, for all you guys that live on the West Coast, right? One of the things that we could see, because it was like a mountain all by itself, was Mount Baker, right? Mm-hmm. Mount Baker was easy. Like I've taken pictures of it when I used to do my dang practice missions and stuff in Washington State. We would fly past Mount Baker, and it's bowl head shape. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a bowl, so it's distinct. So if you're from Washington State, you could see a mountain, you'd be like, oh, that's Mount Baker, right? So I'm wondering if there are any distinct features in the north that would kind of that they could use possibly as a point of reference
in the north,
based off of what when I say in the north, yes, because if he's talking about that, hey, they could have potentially used a sun, right? And then with that use of the sun, you would see a range. You would see a mountain range. So can we then hold something that makes that mountain? Could we hold an old picture of that same mountain range and be like, oh, that's Mount Jackson, Mount Fred, Mount Bernard, Mount Henry, Mount Kilimanjaro, so on and so forth, and then be like, they faked it. That's them doing this in the north, obviously.
Yeah, and I would
You know
think
what I'm saying?
Jared says he's going to wear a body cam 24 hours, and then you can literally buy the footage off of him, or he's just getting
Right.
No,
give
he
it
has
to
a
people.
membership thing.
A membership thing where you can get all the footage. But what we're looking at is like I have never been to the southern tip of South America, so I wouldn't have any notion of what it looks like. All I would know is that the city is there. You land in a city before you go all the way out, and that city corresponds to the Mercator projection, which is the southern tip of South America. It looks that way. They're speaking the language they told us that they speak. So then you get out there and you still have a compass on the plane. You're clearly going south. Then you land somewhere south out from that position. So like once they get out there, they have no context once they get out there. They have no idea what mountains look like out there. There's no
landmarks
city
that you can see
there's
from
no
the
city.
sky
There's no
or
anything.
from
Right.
the ground.
Right.
Exactly. That's the hard part, because there's nothing that we could use or they could use as a point of
For
reference.
orientation, yeah.
And orient exactly. You could be cutting circles. It's like being out in the middle of the ocean
Yeah.
and not
Like not
knowing
what where moss grows.
exactly.
I mean,
yeah,
has
right.
anyone ever
'Cause
remembered
it
what
would
the
it would show you where north is, and once you have that, you're like, oh, I got it. Okay, I get it. 'Cause living out here in these woods, I learned quite a bit too. You know what I'm saying? Go
I mean,
ahead,
have you
go ahead,
have you
brother.
ever
I
had
grew up in
the
Michigan.
true existence of being lost? None of us really do a lot, but when you have that one moment when you're actually lost,
Oh,
you've lost
yes.
yourself in, like, say, a forest, or say
Yes.
you've suddenly lost. You really are freaked out because
Yeah.
we all depend on certain things that we see on our horizon that
Yes.
that clue us back in. And in New York, we have it the easiest. We have the grid pattern in New York. There's no way to get lost in New York.
It's hard
That's not
in New
true.
York.
I get lost in New York all the time.
Well, yeah, but you can always formulate your way
You
back.
can, yeah, you
know,
can
it's
find
a
your way
grid.
back.
Yeah, but like you get out, and I've even been out in a forest where I've lost myself for about 30 minutes because I thought that I saw the tree that I was going to bring me back to the trail. It was the wrong tree.
The trees
Yeah.
walk.
And and what
You
you do?
learned that in Lord of the
Oh my
Rings.
God! So like, what you do when you get lost in that sort of situation is you don't walk far from your point. You walk in 5 different directions, only 5 or 6 steps to look around, but go back to that point.
And
Because
then
if you
use. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
because
don't
you
wanna
would
say
keep
something.
if you followed a wrong correction point of a tree, that would take you further off the beaten path. Whereas if you take 5 different directions from where you're at, take 5 steps in one direction until you finally figure out, oh, I recognize that, they're going to be in a whiteout, right? So like, but I think their compasses are going to help them at least understand that they are outside of the southern tip of South America, and I think Austin and Jaron are smart enough to know that stuff, and I think they're going to be watching from the plane windows, not just when they leave when they leave the States, when they go out to South America, they're going to be watching, they're going to be looking at signs, they're going to be like, okay, we're definitely, in whatever that town is, I don't know if they're going to Buenos Aires or wherever they're doing, but they're going to know, at least on the Mercator projection, they're at that position on the map. And then they're going to take up a compass reading. They're just going to have it on film. They're going further south. They're going to be up for 4 hours. They can do the calculations. They're going to know exactly how far they went according to their airspeed. They're going to land. They're going to know that they're at least on the mainland of Antarctica. They're not going. I don't think they're going to an island. I think they're going.
They're going to land
into,
the astral plane.
I don't know what the astral plane is, but they're going to end up down in there, and then they have to basically look around and get themselves orientated to what they're looking at. They're going to have a north. Hopefully, they'll have a north reading on their compass, and then they're going to pick different things on the horizons, mountains, oil rig. Maybe it's over here. Something they're gonna set that up, and they're gonna set
Why
up their
don't they
gradient.
have windows on the last flight?
Wait, what?
That's the thing. Are they going to even have windows on their flight
Who
in?
said that?
Live Music just said they don't have windows on the last flight, which
Are you
makes
serious?
sense because
Exact-
all
that's
of the
it,
people
no.
that I follow who live on the bases in Antarctica.
That's some
they
bullshit
pick
right there.
One of
True.
those
She's right.
Pegasuses.
She's right.
Can Chad
they
get a
going on
clarification on whether
like
that's
a-
true or not? I mean, if there's no windows on the last flight, that's some bullshit,
There
dude.
are no planes that land
You
in
know?
Antarctica that have planes. They are military cargo planes.
So
There's no commercial jets that go there. There's no Cessnas. You can't take a hot air balloon there.
yeah, I know, but like, what? There's seriously. Wait, hold on a second.
A cargo jet.
No windows on the last flight. You might be muted, Iron. I don't know. Are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I mean, I think airplanes literally are just like an adult version of Space Mountain at Disney.
Yeah. Well,
You know, I think that the
Huh?
windows. There's this new airport bar that just opened up, and you can sit. And it's like an old vintage Pan Am, and they have
Yes, I've seen
windows
that.
where you can choose at your booth where you want to be flying into.
well,
And you have little windows on the side, and you can look at the window, and the windows have a little screen, and it simulates you flying into, I don't know, Bali or Bora Bora or Bermuda or wherever the hell you want to go.
all right. So we're off into we're into woo woo land a little bit.
No,
Sorry,
it's not
guys.
woo-woo. It's
I know,
not.
but it's true. I know that there's these things, but like we're
not.
into woo woo land. That's where I'm going to leave it. Vlad, love hanging out with you. We've got to go
Hey.
on another show, but we're going to be lurking with you as well. Love everybody in the chat. And somebody else come on here and let's talk this further. I want to find out if there's no windows on the last flight. If anybody's got that, please.
So yes,
let's get
that's
some
one of the
information.
things. Yes, that's one of the things that we hear about all the time. But what is the concrete evidence that states that yes, this is some? Because I'm with you, Nikki. I am with you that this is something that I've been hearing a lot of, right? But I find myself saying yes, that's true, but I don't really know. I've never taken that flight. I've never done that journey. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we've
if all
heard
of it
this
is true?
before. So. How do we know that this is a fact? How do we know that this will be the fact when these guys fly down there to their point in Antarctica? And
Well, we manifest it like a manifest on a plane.
no, we can't just manifest it, Nicole. Like, be like, yeah, man, y'all ain't gonna get no windows, dog. Be like, the military's gonna be like, yo, let's take these windows out, man.
You know what? I always try to manifest a window
plan,
seat,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
I always do get it, and then I give it to him.
Yeah, because I like window seats. Hey, I love you. Mwah.
All right,
we'll
love
be
you back,
lurking,
brother.
man. Cheers.
Yeah, you got it. All right, peace, y'all. Well, that's Lowry and Nikki. You know, they those guys are entertaining. It's good to have them on here, and it's good to have their insight as well. Very good couple. And yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. Like, how do we know? How do we know that that's actually taking place with the windows not being on the airplane? Now, this is quite peculiar because I've flown a lot. I've never flown on tube, just a tube in a plane. That must be a weird feeling. You know what I'm saying? You can't see what the hell's going on outside. Meanwhile, you're getting maneuvers going wherever, right? You're just flying. But then if you run into turbulence, you can't see what the hell's going on. It's quite a feeling, I would imagine. But I've never experienced that. And I've got hours upon hours of mission time flying. So I couldn't imagine what that would be like. But is this true? And does anybody know? And if anybody does know, yay or nay, what is your evidence? That's my question. Now, before we continue with that, I would like to present with everybody this right here. Not only the StreamYard link, yes, but also, no, Flat Earth Warriors, I was not a pilot. I was naval aircrew. I was naval aircrew for quite some time, right? It was amazing. It was fun. And I got tired of flying for a long time. I got tired of flying, but it was a good experience. And Capitan says, I think they can reverse it easily on footage. Mirror, yes, or something. Yeah, they can. They can, Capitan. They can. And so, you know what? I like that Mr. Rastur has brought this to our attention and within our purview, because this is something that I didn't even imagine. And this is what I love about the chat family, is that it's not about what the host knows, but it's about what the collective knows, right? Or what the collective can glean from quite an experiment, quote unquote. And of course, we know it's an observation, but we're going to go along with their narrative that it's the experiment. So it's funny how they had that missing time from the 13th to the 18th, because if you look, it's 10 days, guys. Guys, let me show you. I'm going to show you right now. Hold on. Oh, Lord have mercy. There it is. I'm going to show you right now. Share screen. Experiment. Boom. Final experiment is roughly 10 days, y'all. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? let me go ahead and make it bigger. There it is. So the final experiment countdown is 10 days, right? It's 15 or 15 minutes off, right? 15 minutes off from its 10-day mark of when they begin the final experiment. So if you look from the 12th, they're supposed to be there for 4 days. And Rastan said that they had missing time from the 12th to the 18th. They had that missing time. So, oh my goodness, like it's ridiculous. Man, shout out to Rastan, man. Shout out to Mr. Rustan. Good shout out to Capitan. Man, I'm giving you all the names, sir. Are you getting all the names tonight? Okay, until I get this thing figured out. Wow. So even if this is what they would claim is a legit observation, there is still that missing time that he observed from their end. And there's still that missing time that how can they account for it? What would they say? All of them. It would be a coincidence that all of them go radio silent for that long. Wow. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you for wow. Such good wow. Amazing, amazing. All right, so that's enough ass kissing, Vlad. That's enough ass kissing. Good job, yes. But we still are trying to piece this whole craziness together, which reminds me, Junk Fam, what's going on? It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. And for all y'all that I didn't say, what a world, what's happening, fam? Good to see you, Major Face Palm. What's going on? What's going on? All right. All right. XOXO. What's happening, family? Jeff Dasshead in the house. It's good to see you, bruh. It's good to see ya. All right. Of course, T. Smith. I said what's up to you. Capitan Rastur. The smart man. This man, amazing. Awesome job, man. Bang up job. Thank you for that. So let me get that craziness off. You guys get it right there. And so Leslie's saying you guys actually believe this stuff. Leslie, listen, Leslie, you know, my brother is a big Star Wars nerd, right? Everything, my brother is trapped in Star Wars and he loves Star Trek. And I'm not going front. I love Star Trek, right? And I was like, my brother, the stuff that he liked, I grew up liking as well. Until I saw this thing, it's like I had to back away. I kind of find Star Wars detestable now, right? I can't stand it anymore after seeing this. And so, Leslie, you got to understand, right? The Bible makes a lot more sense once you see the truth of what this place is. Like you have to see you if you see this place for what it truly is and you start reading the Bible, like you get the big O face, like you get the donut face, right? Because it's shocking. This is why I'm saying you have to go back and you have to just read the Bible with unfettered eyes, right? Where does the Bible make sense? Leslie, the Bible makes sense from page 1. As soon as that's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't understand unless you see it. If you don't see it, it doesn't make sense. If you don't see it, it doesn't make sense. That's all I could tell you. I can't force your eyes open, bro. Like I can't force your eyes open. Like these things, you have to see them. You have to do your own due diligence. Like I really like, and guys, forgive me. Forgive me. I know I'm taking this time, but this is my brother. You know what I'm saying? I'd love for him to see it like I see it, but if you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. You don't, and here's the thing, you don't have to fully believe the Bible, but there are parallels that just make sense. There are parallels that make it make sense. Look, and that's the thing. There is no pressure. You are in a room full of flat earthers, maybe one, maybe two globe earth people, but the rest of us is all flat, baby. We all flat. So let's take a look at another thing, right? We're going to take a look at the sun calculator. That's something that, old dude, you came in here, you know, making waves a little bit, but it's all good because we're looking at the sun calculator. Now, we're going to use our brother they call, not Dojo, who was it again? It was old dude We're going to use him as an example. Luke came in here and he mentioned how his pops saw the sun from around Melbourne, right? And so this time of year, the sun is arcing around him like so. Okay. And that's what it looks like. The sun arcs away. And of course, if we look at, I know I'm doing some old stuff, so forgive me, fam. All right. Forgive me. Luke 23:43. That's right. Thank you, brother. So, Luke, I don't know if you're in here. If you'd like to join and jump in, hey, brother, you all welcome, man. It's all love in here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that link once more. There it is. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and you want to jump on in, Luke, man, you're more than welcome to. Okay. So that right there is that's what the sun is supposed to be doing. So throughout the day, anybody that's in Melbourne, this is what they're going to see. Boom, sunrise at around 6:30. Let's call it 7 o'clock or something like that, right? This time of year. Or we could use the actual time, 6, right? These guys are starting to experience sunrise 7:39-ish. Boom. There it is. They've got the sun. And then you see me pulling on the track right there. Boom. And let's look at the time of day. It's the 21st of June, of course. Why is it the 21st of June in Melbourne? Let's go to December. Let's go to the 2nd. This is what it looks like. This is what the sun is looking like. So on the 2nd of December, I knew there was something wrong. I was like, wow, that's pretty late for the sun to be coming up, but let's rock with it. But so let's look. There it is. 2 December. So that's today. Sunrise 5 something in the morning. 5:45, right? 6 o'clock, excuse me. 6 a.m. Sun's up. Boom. And it's, don't forget, y'all, it's summertime for these guys. So here's the sun. Boom. Rises in the southeast, sets in the southwest. Sunset. Boom. What time is it? Sunset. And that's it. Like 9 o'clock. Oh, it's like 8:40, right? 8:40, the sun sets. They don't see it no more. But the sun disappears this way. The sun disappears that way. Now I'm going to zoom out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move up. And then we'll see what the sun tracks, right? And we know where the Tropic of Capricorn is. It's like right here. It's like right here. Tropic of Capricorn, or the boundary, what many would claim is the boundary of the sun for the southern hemisphere, right? And then as we come up, we come to the equator. And so this is what the sun looks like. This is December still. We're at, and actually we're north of the equator. Let me bring it down. Down right here at, that is, okay, right there. That's the equator. Okay. So we've got Ecuador. We've got, what's that other one? Equatorial Guinea and Ecuador. Look at this joker moving from side to side. That's what they're seeing. But look at what time of year it is. Okay. It's December. It's December. It's December. All right. I said that enough. Okay. I can't say it's December. Okay. One more time. Let's go and let's flip it on its head. And let's go on the 2nd. Okay. Matter of fact, let's put it noon time frame. Noon on the 2nd of June. June 2nd, 2024. So let's go back in time. June 2, boom. That's where it is, June 2. June 2nd, that's where the sun is at 12 o'clock, right? Or almost 12 o'clock. It's 12:19, 12:20, right? Let's do it again. December 2nd, that's where it is. It just flips, right? Isn't that crazy? Boom, boom. They're like equidistant based off the time and day, right? December 2nd, June 2nd, that's where the sun sits right there on the equator, right? Or if you live on the equator, that's what you're looking at. So the sun is down here in the southern hemisphere. Les, what you got to understand, bro, is that what you got to understand is that the sun is apparently making some kind of circuit. There is no earth movement. You're not getting any earth movement. You're getting a sun movement or an apparent sun movement, right? And then everybody's done the balloon test. Let me get my grill up here so you know that it's me speaking. I think people know it, but everybody's done the balloon test where they've launched the balloon and then you see the sun appear different, right? You see the sun not hiding out in the clouds. You see the sun as a gigantic spotlight peering down on this earth, right? Huge spotlight, but it's out there in the distance. So that is not the appearing or the apparent sun. But we have a appearing or apparent sun that sometimes it appears underneath airplanes, stuff like that. This place is weird. This place is weird, but this is something that we can observe. This is something totally that we can observe, right? And we have observed and we've called it out. Put that in there. So before I continue, guys, let me shout out no longer on the ball, who's no longer in the chats these days, but it's all good because his spirit still lives on, and so does his product. That product being the True Earth Wiki. There it is, family, the True Earth Wiki. Leslie, I highly recommend you download or you open up that link I just dropped in there. That is the True Earth Wiki. Right there underneath the StreamYard link, it's a True Earth Wiki. Check it out. We don't even know our own oceans. Of course we don't, Leslie. We don't know our oceans, so people are going to claim that we know outer space, but we don't even know our oceans. That doesn't make any sense. You understand what I'm saying? So they're trying to trick you into looking above when we should be looking below and we should be looking outwards. So it's an inversion. Everything is an inversion. So they have us looking in the south when we should be looking northwards, which takes me to this video I want y'all to check out, family. I want y'all to check out this video that kind of made my antennas jump a little bit. So this video is from why the North Pole looked like this on old maps. And I want us to bring us back to what it is we should be putting into focus. That being the North. Guys out there like, Awakened Nemesis and everybody else always comes in here and is like, hey, what about the North? What about the North? What about the North? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. What about the North? So we're gonna give the North its fair share of screen time. Okay. And here it is right here. Let's go ahead and let's rock it a little bit. And
map of the Arctic from the 16th century. There are 4 major land masses surrounding a polar sea with a massive magnetic rock in its center, called Rupus nigra, Latin words for black rock. If we do a quick search through raremaps.com's massive inventory for more like it, we find dozens of similar depictions. Here is one by Dutch cartographer Cornelis de Jode in 1593, another from one of the founders of the Dutch East India Company, Petrus Plancius, in 1594, and one last example, Abraham Ortelius's 1570 world map and what is considered the first modern atlas. So where did these depictions originate? Just as Terra Australis in the south, this mysterious land to the north can be traced back to ancient Greek writers. It was called Hyperborea, which loosely translates to beyond the north wind. These ancient writers didn't unanimously agree on everything about Hyperborea, including its location, other than it was to the north. One of the legends was that the sun rose and set just once a year, indicating that it was somewhere within the Arctic Circle. Despite this, it was also said to enjoy a moderate climate. Some of its other characteristics included having strong connections to Apollo and being home to people as tall as 10 feet that could live to be 1,000 years old. It was allegedly nearly invaded by an army of 10 million men from a neighboring island, but the army turned back when they realized the Hyperboreans could not be defeated. That's more than 5 times the number of soldiers that landed in Normandy in the first 3 days of the Allied invasion in World War II, which is generally accepted as the largest seaborne invasion in history. 2,000 years later, there were still stories about a mythical land to the north, though some things had changed. Let's go back to that first map shown, which is the most well known. It was created by someone you've probably heard of. Even if you don't recognize the name, you're at least familiar with his work. His name is Gerardus Mercator. He's known for his famous projection created for navigation that makes Greenland look like the size of Africa. It's also commonly used in classrooms and by navigational apps like Google Maps. However, as you can see on his world map, it would have been difficult to use for navigation in the Arctic region, though he did make a more accurately depicted Arctic region as an inset. But trade had been increasing over the 16th century between Europe and the East Indies, and it was a long journey between them. The route at the time was south and around Africa. A northeast passage
Guys, did you guys notice that?
a northeast passage
Did you take a look at that?
around Africa.
Look at this. You guys know what this is. That's supposed to be the Tropic of Capricorn, right? Obviously, that's the equator. And then that's like damn those countries Benin, Togo, and Nigeria and stuff, right? But this is the Tropic of Capricorn. Obviously, they're depicting a globe-like feature on this map, but this is basically how the sun is making its circuit down there. That right there. Y'all see what it is I'm talking about? You know? No, Leslie, nobody has a photograph of a black rock. But this is what the folks from way back when depicted to be in the north was the Rupus Negra, right? The black rock. It's some kind of damn magnet, apparently, a super strong magnet. So, yeah. Space and innovation is independent of space. The humans are imaginative enough to invent the internet. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I totally agree. All right, so let's get back to the video. My bad, y'all. But yeah, take a look at this. So these guys knew that the sun was going to possibly follow this down here, just like that. Just like that. Let's continue.
A northeast passage could reduce shipping times to and from the East Indies from 2 years or more to about 6 months. It would also help avoid many hazards such as run ins with rival nations, wear and tear on ships, tropical diseases, and the still mysterious disease scurvy. 1 in 5 ships and 1 in 3 employees of the Dutch East India Company never came back from the round Africa route. With the growing interest, Mercator dedicated a map to the Arctic, which was actually published by his son Romuald Mercator in 1595, the year after Gerardus's death. It's also the first standalone map of the Arctic region. Mercator and probably other cartographers going at least as far back as 1492 got their information from a book titled Itinerarium, which was written by Jacobus Noyen. This book summarized a travelogue titled
You see that? The thing that trips me out about this guy is that he's talking about guys from way back then, right? And then you know what he's making? He's going around saying, "Oh, they probably got their information from this book, and that's why they put the black rock up there." And I'm like, "How the hell do you know? How do you know that's where they got their? How do you know they got their information from that book? That's how they drew their map." So we didn't have people getting in the damn boats themselves without any restrictions like we have now, and just going out and figuring stuff out and going out and making trades with whatever. Now, this is what I want you guys to imagine. Just imagine, without having to follow the BS that we've been fed, right? We're starting to dig up. Now, not even imagine this, but understand rather. We're starting to dig up a past that is totally unfathomable to us. Thank goodness we have guys like the Jared Boosters, the freaking Lucius Aureliuses, and the My Lunch Breaks, and countless others that are starting to figure that we're way off of time, right? And with that being way off of time, we're being fed a narrative. I'm not even going to say all that. You guys get it, right? So we don't even know what happened 100 years ago. This is of record. They're claiming, this is their claim, that this is of record from like 400, almost 500 years ago, right? So like 400 years ago, this is what they're showing. And now you've got this author right here saying, oh, he probably got his information from this book. That's how he drew the map. Like this is their reasoning for everything. This is their reasoning behind everything. Oh, this is how they probably did it. This is how they probably did that. And then you want to know something? Every probably that these guys say becomes fact. To them, it becomes fact. And then they pass that bullshit down to the rest of the masses, and then it's a fact. Kind of like gravity. You understand what it do you kind of follow what it is that I'm saying? So they're saying all this BS, and they're like, oh, probably this is why he did this. And so that's why he did it. No, motherfucker. Probably it's because they went there. They've seen it. They've been there a million dozen times. And then they're like, hey, we have problems every time we go there. So maybe we need to slow it down a little bit. And so there probably became a group, probably because based off, I'm saying probably myself, because based off of the things that we're starting to learn now, we're starting to see that we're being led around by the damn nose by a bunch of greedy motherfuckers that figured that they damn could monopolize every and anything. And with that method of monopolizing damn near every and anything, at the same time, they found a way to control us through that monopolization. You understand? Let's continue with the video. This guy got some nerve, though.
Inventio Fortunata, meaning fortune discovery. This book was by a 14th century Franciscan friar and mathematician who claimed to have explored the region in 1360 on behalf of Edward III of England. Johannes Rouse cited Inventio Fortunata on his 1507 world map.
That's another map I have to take a look at. Look at this. Just look at this thing. Wow. Again, like seeing these maps online is one thing. Seeing them in person, it's a totally different experience. This is something that I've got to see for myself. And if you guys are near it, hell, you guys got to see it for yourselves and make sure you take pictures.
But Jacobus Noyen never actually saw this book. He received this information from a priest who said he had met the author of Inventio Fortunata when the man gave him an astrolabe in exchange for a Bible. Mercator wrote on his world map, "We have taken the Arctic geography from the itinerarium of Jacobus Noyen of the Hague, who makes some citations from the Gesta of Arthur of Britain. However, the greater and most important part he learned from a certain priest at the court of the King of Norway in 1364. In 1577, Mercator wrote a letter to English astronomer John Dee about the Arctic region and referenced itinerarium once again. In this letter, he wrote, "In the midst of the 4 countries is a whirlpool, into which there empty these 4 indrawing seas, which divide the north. And the water rushes round and descends into the earth just as if one was pouring it through a filter funnel. It is 4 degrees wide on every side of the pole, that is to say, 8 degrees altogether.
Wow.
Except that right under the pole there lies a bare rock in the midst of the sea. Its circumference is almost 33 French miles.
Wow.
And it is all magnetic stone, and is as high as the clouds, so the priest said, who had received the astrolabe from this Minorite in exchange for a testament. And the Minorite himself had heard that one can see all round it from the sea,
Wow.
and that it is black and glistening, and nothing grows thereon, for there is not so much as a handful of soil on it.
Wow.
The friar also claimed to have encountered pygmies. It's unclear if the original book, Inventio, is the source.
And here's the thing, guys. This is basically like a reflection. This is not a reflection, but rather this is similar to Urbano Monti's map, right? Where Urbano Monti basically says the same thing in his map. These part of these four heads. Hey, there are pygmies over here, or there are midgets, so not midgets, but there are dwarves. He calls them dwarves, right? In his, he calls them dwarves. Over here, he Gerardus Mercator writes them out as being pygmies. So even Urbano Monti's map kind of resembles much of what Gerardus Mercator has here. Now, did Urbano Monti copy off of Gerardus Mercator? There's a good chance that he grabbed a lot of Gerardus Mercator's work and then placed it there in his world map. And then you could see that on that list of stuff, on that list where he's giving credit to Cortez and Aniano, Marco Polo, and the like, and stuff like that. Freaking Gerardus Mercator's name appears in there too. Credit where credit's due. I think Ptolemy is even in there, right? No, Leslie, this isn't a fantasy. You got to understand, Les, like, you know nothing about this world. We know probably a drop more than you know because you're looking in the wrong direction, Leslie. That's what it is. You're looking in the wrong direction for your answers. You're just looking in the wrong direction. And nobody's living any fantasy. Like, if you believe the Bible, then you believe the Bible probably because of the stark truths that it has, right? And I could see why one would like. I'm like, it's made me believe. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like, it's definitely made me, yeah. And that's the thing, is you're in a sick, twisted nightmare, unfortunately, that you can't see it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, but this is the Leslie, and you've got to understand, we're not a chat group full of fantasists. We're not. We're all about the truth. We don't come in here to make stories up. No, you don't have to believe in religion. It's not about believing in a religion. No, Leslie, that's the difference. We don't have a religion. You have the religion. It's you that believes in the religion. You believe in the globe. That's a religion. They got you believing in things that you've never seen, that you can't prove. That's the religion. That's where they get you. That's where they get you, man. Like, they they got you thinking down is up and up is down. Like, they messed us all up. They messed us, Leslie. You ain't the only one. They got all of us, man. We snapped out of it. You're still in the middle of your days, dude. Like, we're getting out of it. We're coming out of it. That's all it is, man. We're just seeking the truth. That's all we're doing. We're just looking for the truth. And let me tell you something. As we've come into the truth, other things make themselves present. That's why we sound crazy. Listen, and this is why we sound crazy, because we're so like, we're picking things up and we're saying, wow, validity. This has some validity. That's trash. No, we need to get rid of that or throw it in the I don't think so bin. But these things hold truth. These things hold water, or these things look like they may hold water. We may want to put them off to the side and then re-examine them again, or cross-examine them with something else, test them again. All we're doing is looking for the truth. That's all we're doing. Good one, Donald. Globe model, the Earth is in motion. Yeah, exactly. We don't feel any motion. And gravity is an explanation. Exactly. No, Leslie, that's the thing. No. We're starting to realize it's in reverse. No. if anything, we're starting to see that it's a lot of these things like the Bible that's pointing us in the right direction. That's the crazy part. No. Don't kick him out. No. Don't kick him out. Don't kick him out. You got to leave him in there. Don't kick him out. He's got to see it. Leslie, you got to see it. No, you don't want to kick him out. You want and he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave him in here. Let's let him see. He's got to learn. He's got to learn. You're gonna see it. You got to see it. But this is what, Leslie, you see what you just said up there? Religion stifled academics since no. That's where they got you. That Leslie, that's where they got you. I'm telling you, they really, and that's where they twisted it up for everybody. And we're sitting back, we're like, holy smoke, they got us all. They did. And that's the difference. Like we're starting to see daylight. It's a weird, and you want to know something? If you're not even trying to examine our perspective, you're going to think we're crazy because we're so far into it. We're so far deep into it that when we speak, we sound foreign. It sounds like foreign talk from us, and it sounds like crazy talk from us. Where at one time, this is how backwards things are, Leslie. At one time, talking about dragons, it's fantasy. Now, when you talk about dragons, there's a possibility that it's reality. At one time, talking about griffins, sure, Harry Potter, everything else like that, fantasy. Now that you talk about griffins, there's a possibility that these things were here, that they were real. It's not fantasy. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. But when you come into what this place actually is, these things become viable. They start to become solid and true. You're getting a migraine probably because you're thinking. Yeah, it's happening. Leslie, as soon as you see this place for what it is, it's going to take you on a journey. I'm telling you. Yes, they have you thinking backwards. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. But your eyes are going to be open. And you want to know something? You want to know why you're not going to see it our way? Because of the amount of shame that comes with seeing the truth. It's the shame. Leslie, when I found out this place was flat, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to fucking come out and tell you because I knew that you were going to shit all over me. But as I saw it, and it is what it is, I came out and I told you, you shat on me anyway, but I expected it. And I was like, I'm a man, I could take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's the that's the only way you can get over it. That's the only way to get over the headache. Watch Captain Kirk. Go watch some Captain Kirk. He'll get rid of that headache real fast. The cognitive dissonance will come right back and it'll wash the pain away. I promise you. Yes. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm telling you, Dojo, everybody gives me shit. My family gives me shit. I'm telling you, they do. I love my family, and man, they're amazing people, and they're super smart. And that's the thing is, my family is. I come from a bunch of smart people, but this right here, it hurts that the guy without the degree is the one introducing this phenomena to my family, to where it doesn't seem as if I hold any credibility because I don't have a degree and everybody else does. And Leslie's kids, my niece and my nephew, are dumb smart. They're very smart, but they're book smart. They're very book smart. They have a vast pool of a brain where they can retain a lot of information. They're super smart. Very good kids. I love them. But they hear their uncle talk, they hear me talk, and then they're like, their eyes roll. They're like, oh God, here he goes again. And then they're like, no, the earth is A, B, and C because, and I'm like, because what? Because that's what you were taught. But they don't know. They're young. And Leslie, their dad is a strong influence in their lives. Leslie's a strong influence in my niece and nephew's lives, right? And so Star Trek becomes their reality. Star Wars becomes their reality because, Leslie, that's your reality. Leslie, that's your reality. Star Trek and Star Wars is your reality, and Star Trek and Star Wars is not reality. I hate to say it. And I love Star Trek, but it's not real, bro. Yeah. All you have to do is look at it from a flat perspective. That's it. Just entertain yourself. How about this, Leslie? Just pretend. Pretend. Kind of like when we forced ourselves into believing a globe that didn't work, but we tried it on anyway, and we were like, sure. We were eating poison and we didn't know it. We were like, sure, the poison is great. Meanwhile, it tastes disgusting. Yeah. Like pretend. Leslie, entertain yourself. Pretend and give yourself, just immerse yourself the same way we took the globe and wore it for 40 years plus, or some of us in some cases 70 years plus. The same way we did that with the globe is the same thing I recommend you do with the flat earth. Just entertain us, try it on for size, and do the research that we've done and see the things that we've done, and just entertain yourself. If you come back a globe earther after that, you're not giving it you're not really giving it a try. You're not giving it the old college try, because all of us, we had no choice but to give it the old college try. A lot of us, we forced ourselves. Leslie, here's the crazy thing, Leslie. You can see the golden ratio in damn near everything. And this is where the flat earth is beautiful, because you could see something like the golden ratio. I'm going to show you. Leslie, keep your eyes open. Let me show you something, okay? The golden ratio you're talking about. This is something that my viewers, while we were looking at Gerardus Mercator's map, which I'm going to show you, right? This is what I love about my viewers. I've hands down, YouTube, Rumble, whichever you guys are watching from, we've got the best viewers in our chat. Probably the same viewers that Flatsoid has and everybody else has. What's his name? Sav has, right? But I'm gonna say Ironwork viewers are the best viewers on the flat earth, the best viewers, the smartest viewers, the most interactive and educated viewers, hands down, come out of this channel. Leslie, I'm going to show you something, okay, real quick. Check this out. So I'm going to present to you guys what we went over. I'm going to present this. Share screen, window, boom, right? So right there is the Gerardus Mercator map. I'm going to blow it up so everybody could see it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hide that. There we go. Okay. So let me increase it. So you see this, Les? Right here, we took it, we broke it down, right? That's Gerardus Mercator's map. That's the same one we were watching in that video that they showed. Okay. And right here, I think yes, this is North America. And just so you know, this is North America, Cali, or this is probably Alaska. And well, yeah, I guess Canada and Alaska and stuff. And then you have the Bering Strait right here. And then you have what they thought was the Northern Pole, Les. This is Polus Magnetis, right? This is possibly could have been at one time a North Pole. And then it just moved away. Probably, possibly, don't know, whatever. But this is something that they had right here as the North Pole. And this is Russia. They called it Asia, but this is what we now know as Russia right here. And they call it the Stretto de Anian, the Anian Strait, which we now call the Bering Strait. Okay. And then we have these four heads. We have these four continental features right here that make up and surround, I guess within would be considered Hyperborea. And then this is what we were talking about and what they were talking about in the video as Rupus Negra, or the Black Rock. That's it right here. Now, This is how the world is possibly situated. Definitely how the world is situated right here, right here, right here, and everything else. Now, make sure you get your bearings because these are countries that we're familiar with. Now, coming out of the strait, coming straight through is England. We have like the English islands and stuff around in and around here ish, right here. Because you have coming out of the straits, coming straight down, it's 180 degrees or so. In and around here is going to be some English islands around here somewhere. Around here somewhere. I think this is Greenland. It says Groenland. I know I'm giving y'all a lot at one time and I'm talking shit, but check this out. This is in the shape of a 6. This is in the shape of a 9. This looks like a Nautilus shell. This looks like that spirally thing that you're talking about. This looks like that golden ratio Fibonacci sequence right here. And then let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me minimize that. That's it right there. This is what the guys found. This is what they found. And let me draw it out in case you don't see it. I'm going to show you. Stop screen. Let me go ahead and close that. I'm going to show you what they showed me, right? How we saw it. And let me present it to y'all. Share screen, window, boom, right there. Check it out. And this is what the guys captured. You see this? They found the 6. They found the 6 in the whole thing. This is shaped like a 9 or a 6, an upside down 6. This is part of the golden ratio. Just how this thing flows. Look at that. And it's perfect going from east to west. East to west. Look at that thing. Just look at it. You could find the golden ratio every and anywhere. And this is not fantasy. No, cancel. No. I don't want to delete it. I want to go ahead. Let me go ahead and close this. All right. So that right there isn't fantasy. This is what those guys captured. Right? This is what they found. And this is this is what does flat earth have to do with the golden ratio, Leslie? Because the golden ratio works on a flat earth, on a flat surface plane. Everywhere we look, we find them. Whirlpools, snails, that right there. You could probably find it. You could probably find it just looking at Polaris and then the planets outside of Polaris, right? Or the stars outside of Polaris. There is some connection. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy. What does flat earth have to do with it? But you can't work on those and then work back to see the flat earth. No, you can't. You can't. You have to go and no, it's okay. Brenda creates. Oh, Lord have mercy. Leslie, you have to start. You can't start from Polaris and then work towards flat earth. That's not how it works. You have to see this world for what it is first. You have to see this world for what it is, and then you work your way. Dojo, what's going on, family? It's good to see you. It's good,
Hey, lad.
brother.
How's it going?
Man, it's going, man. It's wild tonight. It's wild.
It's
We
pretty
got all the
wild.
players in here. We got my brother. We got Brenda. We got everybody in here acting up, man. Everybody's acting up. But it's all good, though. It's all good. You want to know something? Like, I know, guys, when Globers come in here, my brother's a Glober, it's cool. But they have to see it. They have to see how it runs. No matter how much they kick, they fight, they scream, they deny, you can't deny what this earth does. Intelligent people don't start with it. No, it's not a conclusion that we started with. No, and I didn't start with a conclusion, Brenda, because just like you, Brenda, well, not like you, Brenda, let me take that back. But I started out thinking that it was a ball as well. And guys, take a look. Thank you, Dojo. Let me get let's get off the screen. Dojo, if you want to blow that up, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, this is the largest that I can get it, but I'm just trying to answer Leslie's question as to like what the golden ratio has to do
So
with the
Les,
flat Earth.
do you remember when we were kids and we had those spirographs and stuff when we were kids? And Dad bought us that spirograph, that thing, and then you draw with it and everything else like that. That's exactly what that looks like. I'm sorry, Dojo. Go ahead, please. That's
Yeah,
amazing, by the way.
yeah, and this is kind of like the movement of the wandering stars and the moon and the sun, based upon Tycho. I can't remember his last name, but he observed the heavens, and
Tycho Brahe.
yeah, and this is what he came up with. Like, this is how the wandering stars move on a yearly basis around us. And then so specifically how it relates to the golden ratio is that you can see the golden ratio in the flat earth model by looking up into the heavens, because they actually draw out the golden ratio.
Wow.
You know, like most things that move in a circular fashion incorporate the golden ratio in one way or another, from my perspective anyway. And so that was one thing as to like how the golden ratio applies to the flat earth.
You can see the golden ratio everywhere, dude. For people that have cowlicks, they call it cowlick, but it's a calic, whatever. Everybody's got a spiral in the back of their dome. If you've got thinner or not thin, yes, thinner hair, finer hair, everybody got that little whirlpool in the back of their hair. Man, the fingerprint of God is everywhere you turn. The fingerprint of the Creator is that golden ratio. It is everywhere you look. It is in your eyeball. It's in your fingerprints. It's on the back of your dome. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. It's crazy. And it's in our symmetry, I'm sure. It's in the top of an apple, in the core of an apple. Everywhere you look, this thing is there. This thing is designed perfectly and intelligently, but not on a globe. That's not intelligent. Yeah, you're looking in the wrong direction. Totally. You're totally looking in the wrong direction. Yes. You're looking, okay, when I take that back, because when you look up, it gives it away, but when you're looking up, you're thinking beyond up, Leslie. You're thinking you're thinking of places that it's not possible. They're not possible. On a flat earth, they're not possible at all.
So
Hey,
I'm not
nephew.
really.
How you
Yeah,
doing,
I'm not
Daniel?
really.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm not really a mathematician, Leslie, but one thing that I would maybe bring to your attention is like, you know how we can make a cube from a two-dimensional paper? So we will cut the paper into like a cross, and then we would fold it into a cube. So then the two dimensions becomes three-dimensional. And then so what the globe Earth does is that it reifies from the 2D into the 3D. And I'm hoping that maybe you would use your mathematical skills to think along those lines, because when you think along those lines, this is the actual model that you will come up with. And if I could just share the screen here.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, show that, and I have something else to show. That's perfect right there.
Yeah, and then so this is what our model looks like as to what the magnetic field is. So you're looking at the magnetic field here on the flat Earth, which is a reification of the globe Earth magnetic field, and vice versa. So when you look into general relativity, you will find that both models can be reified from one another. So in general relativity, the Doppler shift shows that the universe is expanding in all directions, but it can also be interpreted as that the Earth is at the center of the universe itself. So yeah, just really look into it with an open mind to see how things are reified.
Hey, family. How you doing, family? How you doing, Daniel? Daniel, I've got your uncle has an amazing book on the way for you. Who said the earth is flat? I got a nice book from my nephew coming up right here. My baby, my godson. No, Leslie, here's the thing. I get it. You know what doesn't make sense? You're thinking backwards. That's why none of this makes sense. I hear you. It doesn't make sense. I'm not disagreeing with you. It won't make sense to you. It won't, because you're thinking backwards. You're fighting your own brain. And Leslie, let me tell you something. Because you're a math guy, if you saw this place the way it was, it would take your math to a whole new level. It really would. Kind of like it's done with the Bible for many of us. It's taken it to a place that we never could have imagined. It would take the same thing with your math and your math skills, and a lot more things would make sense. So if that's not an incentive for you to do some serious, diligent work into looking into the true earth and what it is, I don't know what else is, because you're not going to look at the Bible. I get it. But if you're going to look at anything for the mathematics sake of things, look at the flat earth. Your math will make a lot more rational sense. I promise you. Dojo, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and I guess just one last thing I want to say to you, Leslie, is that I was a huge Star Trek fan as well. Like Captain Sisko was my favorite Star Trek captain. But the
Deep
point
Space
is
Nine
that
in the house.
the point is that for the strangeness that we see in Star Trek, which is what we fell in love with it for, because Star Trek was very strange and it forced our minds to like think in terms of like with our imagination. And all I'm trying to say here is that this Earth, this realm that we call Earth, is the strangest place that you would ever experience. Way more strange than any Star Trek episode that you've ever come across. And there are secrets here within this realm that make the episodes on Star Trek like, it doesn't compare to the mysteries that are here. And I think what Star Trek does is that it tries to take away our imagination and puts it into a place that is kind of like more fantasy than what you're going to find here. And that if you really do look into flat earth, you're going to discover a lot of secrets that will bring more joy to life. And that's all I wanted to say.
That's very well said, and that's the absolute truth. And that's what's crazy. That's the part that I find absolutely crazy, but not without truth. You understand? Is the reality of this place. Like it's hard to write about what's true about this. The lies you can make up whatever. It's the truth of this place, right? That makes this place appear so strange and funny, but it's true. That's the crazy thing. And the truths that you find along the truths that you find along the way is what makes this mystery of an earth an adventure at the same time. And what makes it beautiful is that, yes, the possibilities with what this place is are infinite. They truly are. And it's not a story. That's the crazy part. That's what I find fascinating about this place. Every time people come up with something new about these old world structures that we probably never would have come across if we didn't understand this physical dimension first, I find it blows my mind. And you can't understand the old stuff, or you can't understand what this world possibly was if you don't see the flat earth. Like, all of that other stuff will be inaccessible to you in the fact that it will not make sense. Yeah. If you'd like, brother, you Dojo, jump right on in, man. Anytime you feel like it, brother. Anytime you feel like it. But I want to show you something. Okay, I want to show you something. That thing that Dojo showed you. Oh, Lord have mercy. Of course. Yeah. Jeez, man. Why you give me a headache like that, man? So that thing that Dojo showed you. Let me see if I could bring that up. Okay, of course I can't. Yeah, so that thing that Dojo showed you, it looks just like this. And that was a depiction current that we made. But this is where a lot of that may have originated from, right? Because these people from way back when, they had some stuff figured out. And I'm gonna show y'all right now. I'm over here talking about it the whole time because I'm slow as hell. Oh Lord. You can't access trying a different screen. Oh boy. Man. Lord have mercy. This thing's giving me a headache. Let me try that. Why that thing isn't post? Oh, let me try that. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Okay. Let's try this then. Oh, and then of course it doesn't want to work. Nice. Anyway, what it is it's the Norse depiction. You guys have seen it. It's the Norse depiction of the earth. How the Norse, hold on. Norse depiction of earth. There it is. There it is. And I'm just going to bring you guys to the page and then you guys can see it that way. Okay. Boom. So let's take a look. Here it is. This is the Norse depiction with the 9 realms and everything of this earth. Okay. There it is right there. So that video that Dojo just showed you, that's it. This is it. I hope you could see it and it's not too small and measly and stuff. But that's it right there. That's it. You see? So you a lot of people don't want to give the ancients credit for anything. They'll be like, "Oh, they figured out how to make wheels and how to make horse and buggy." Listen, what we're starting to learn, and you're not going to know this unless you understand what this earth is not. You're not going to know this and it's going to sound like hogwash to you. You're not going to know it unless you understand what this earth is not. What we've started to learn is that not only did those people know more than us and figure things out that we'll never figure out in our lifetimes, right? But that we're out of time. We're totally out of time. We're starting to figure out that we're out of time. And they had a deeper connection with this earth and with this realm than we did. They understood a lot more about this place than we ever could. And that's because they were thinking forward and they were looking forward, but we're looking in the wrong direction. We're looking backwards, if that makes any sense. We don't even know what it's so plain reality. What's happening, bro? Let me make.
Hey, brother, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I could hear you, man. I could hear you.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to jump in quickly, bro, because I just wanted to say with your brother, maybe forget about the flat Earth, put him onto my lunch break, get him to go into like at least 15 episodes. We all know they're only 5 to 10 minutes each, because obviously he hasn't even delved into the idea that the narrative we've been told could possibly be wrong.
Yes.
So if he goes into something like my lunch break, but he's got to commit to at least 10 to 15 because he might watch 1 or 2 and go, "Oh, this is all bullshit."
Yep.
No, you need to watch a whole bunch of them. They're 5 to 10 minutes each, up to 20 minutes maximum, and just keep watching. And then he'll start to realize, wait a minute, this is all bullshit. And then move on from there. He's got to understand where we're even coming from in the first place. He's not even at that point yet. I mean, Flatter. Remember, have you seen the Staircase of Disbelief?
No. I haven't. Let me see.
Oh, brother, you gotta type that in. Type that in. The Staircase of Disbelief is something that you should probably even watch on here, and show some people if they haven't seen
Neil
it.
Neil Kramer's Staircase of Disbelief, huh? That one?
That's the one. Yeah, that's brilliant, man. You got to watch that.
Wow.
And he basically shows that, like, look, you got to imagine it's a staircase from like 1 to 100. And if someone hasn't even taken that first step on the staircase, like, let's say JFK wasn't really killed by Lee Harvey Oswald. This is all bullshit. If someone hasn't even taken that step to get them to be at level 100, which is God and the flat Earth, maybe flat Earth is like 98. If they haven't even taken that number 1 step, to get them to jump straight to step 100, that's insane. They're just like, you guys are fucking nuts.
Yes, exactly. It's not going to make sense. Leslie, don't feel bad and think we're all nuts, because we're not. This is what happens when you get into a room full of people that are like on top of the truth. We're on top of it, and we're hunting it down. That's what we're hungry for. That's it. Like the BS, we're done with the BS. It's crazy. Leslie, because this is what you've been fed. You've been told to think that way, that the Bible, if you read it, you'll find there's so many golden nuggets. That whole Bible is full of golden nuggets, but you're not going to see it. So yes, my lunch break, you're going to have to go on a my lunch break diet, brother. I'd recommend that too, but if you don't see this place for what it is, like it's gonna evade you big time.
I reckon the my lunch break would be a good one, because then that's just like an introduction to, like, the stories we've been told about all the different things to do with the world, especially these old world buildings. It clearly can't be true. It's not that it's not true, it just can't be true. When you see the way that he goes into even the fact that, like, okay, they all have many of them have the same fire story. They're all destroyed by fires, or all these old world buildings were built on top of other old world buildings that they built complete structures, and then next thing you know, 15 years later, they tore it down just to build another structure on top of it. Then this crazy structure that's been there for now supposedly only 150 years, which is clearly a lie. They're looking, he shows you how, like, oh yeah, this guy they originally had one dude named Henry that built the first one, and then they got rid of that guy and brought another guy in named Henry who built the next one. And the same guy named Henry who was building this one in 1905 was building another one at the same time on the other side of America.
Exactly.
That's just another palace all at the same time, which is just physically impossible. And they built them all within 2 years. Like, come on, man. Like, he's got to go look at some of these stories and realize that they're all lies. They're clearly lies.
Yep. It's a really Leslie. It's a really jacked up story. Like, you're gonna get annoyed, like, seeing that we've been lied to, but ultimately you'll kind of get over it.
Yeah, just forget about the flat Earth for now, Leslie. Just don't even stress about it. You're not even anywhere near being able to accept that. You just got to go in and look at other stuff first.
It's hilarious seeing him, though. He's like reaching. He's like, the globe. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, you're not there. You're not there. So I used to get upset with my brother, man. But then I came to terms with, I was like, he's just got to see it a different way, because, like, he's so indoctrinated in the globe that it doesn't, like, anything a flat earther says to him is like me talking with somebody that speaks freaking Klingon. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to Leslie, Klingon makes sense because he's a Trekkie and all, but it's like stuff like that. It of course, if you don't get the basics, everything's going to go over your head, and we're going to look stupid. We're going to look crazy. We're going to sound crazy.
Yeah, it's like you're putting something bitter in his mouth when all he's ever had before is sweet.
Yes, exactly.
It's going to taste foul.
Yeah, or you're so used to eating bitter that as soon as you eat sweet, it tastes foul or it tastes crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I haven't drank soda for years. I'll call it soda because that's what you guys call it. But I remember one time, all of a sudden, I drank. We've got like a lemon squash. I drank that, and oh my God, it was so sweet. I couldn't handle it anymore. I was like, oh, can't believe I used to drink this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, your body's so used to purging all that stuff out that once you reintroduce it into your body, it's the same thing as truth. It's like drinking water. You've been drinking soda for such a long time. As soon as you drink water, your body feels weird. You're like, God, dog, man. Like, what is that? Like, it's water, bro. It's water.
Yeah, this is what you're meant to be drinking.
Yeah, we were all there, bro. Yeah, Leslie, we were all just like you. We were all there. Now, to Leslie's credit, I'll tell you this much. It's not like he doesn't have the capacity to learn, but you definitely have the stubbornness to not learn. That's what it is, man. Because maybe it's my approach to you because you're my brother, and since we're brothers, like you cancel what I say out as if it doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. It's my youngest brother. He's always been on some craziness. But if he were to hear it from somebody else, then maybe he's like, so we've got a whole dozen million somebody else is in the chat for you to get this information from, except for I Am Wilson, of course. But you've got a dozen million somebody else is in the chat, Leslie, that know better, right? They're old. They come from all different walks of life. They come from the land down on under, a lot of them. They come from every different walk of life, and they can tell you that this thing is not doing what you think it is. So it's not just your crazy youngest brother, okay? You've got a whole bunch of more capable, very smart, very successful people in here that know this truth. So here's the thing. You don't have to take my word for it, but definitely, Les, you have to do your due diligence. You have to look into it. You got to.
Yeah, from the sounds of because I've only been listening because I was out filming, so I was just listening in, and then now I'm driving, so I haven't been reading anything. But clearly, he's just in full hardcore defensive mode. So while he's in full defensive mode, he's not going to be. He's not in receptive mode at all. He's not going to pay any attention to what anyone says.
Nope.
Because all he's trying to do is defend his position. So while all he's doing is defending his position, he's not even bothering to actually listen to any argument that anyone's going to be saying to him, no matter how convincing it is.
This
it's
is
going
why
to be in one ear out the other.
Yeah, so people like Neil deGrasse Tyson that you look up to, Les, they do not want to debate flat earthers. They've been told. I don't know if anybody's ever played the game Dynasty Warrior for the PlayStation. Used to be one of my favorite games of all time. I used to be a big time heavy gamer, and there was a character by the name of Lu Bu. He was a general in the Chinese army. He was actually real, apparently, right? And so Lu Bu was like so powerful in this game that every time you like rode your horse near Lu Bu, they would show Lu Bu out in the distance, right? In this video game. I'll show you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all some quick vids of Lu Bu, right?
Yeah, while you're looking for that, so Leslie, if you really like your Neil deGrasse Tyson, then what you have to realize is that when Red Bull came out, the whole Red Bull jump, Neil came out and had to do damage control because obviously everyone realized that the camera they were using was a fisheye lens, and then when they opened the door of the actual capsule, you had a flat horizon there at looking down at 128,000 feet. You had a flat horizon. Well, then after that, you had also, I think it was Jeff Bezos went up and he took a old lady up there and a bunch of other people. And that lady when she came down, said, I was a bit disappointed because I didn't get to see the curve of the Earth. Well, they were up 63 miles then. And from 63 miles, he then had to come out and do damage control and go, yeah, you can't even see the curve of the Earth from 63 miles. Well, 63 miles is 350,000 feet. So if we can't see the curve of the Earth from 350,000 feet, yeah, you want to tell me that I can be standing on the beach and watch a boat go over the horizon and see the curve of the Earth from just 6 feet high, but I can't see the curve of the Earth from 350,000 feet. We got a problem. So our boy Neil deGrasse Tyson is out there doing nothing but damage control.
Yep. And Neil deGrasse Tyson, he knows better. He knows better. And it's just one of those things, man. Like, people are warning him, do not pursue these flat earth people. They will tear your ass apart, especially in public. And they've had it to where they had Neil deGrasse Tyson on Joe Rogan's show. And he had, he's talking about the flat earth and everything. I'm sure because during that time, this is where Eddie Bravo was consistently a guest on his show. Talks about the flat earth. Neil deGrasse is talking his mess like he is. And then the question comes up, hey, would you debate Eric Dubé? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give him power. No, It's not that you're going to give him power, because you're going to get roasted. But the thing is we know what the truth is. And so we're almost like all right with him not debating anybody, because Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't determine whether the earth curves or not. You know what I'm saying? We're like way past that already. I mean, it would be a treat to see him get his ass beat and roasted. But people, here's the thing. That's not going to change anybody's mind. They're going to say, oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson was drugged, or he was just joking. He wanted to do that on purpose. You know, they'll come out with their reason as to why he got his ass whooped on the live stage of truth. And so it's all good, because now we've gotten to a part where we're past debates. Like we're just trying to educate you if you're willing to learn. And if you're not, it is what it is. It's okay. Daniel is interested in fiction. So well, you know, it's good that we're here to teach your youngest son is designed and how it wants to be designed. Hey man, bro, listen, you're missing out, because I'm telling you, this will make your life interesting, to say the least. At least this is an attempt to rationalize a mathematical model. No, it makes the math make sense. If you take it and you apply it to actual mathematics, hold on, add stage, there we go. Okay, that was a Neil Kramer. I'm sorry, that was me. But yeah, if you apply it to actual math, your math will, other than the 8 inches per mile squared, obviously that we can't, it doesn't work. It'll make a lot of your math make sense. Some of the math that they were hiding, it'll make it make sense. Same with the Bible. It'll make that make sense. It makes other things make sense, this flat earth. And it makes your senses make sense. That's the part that gets us, is when your senses feel as if they've been quenched. And it's like, that's why we didn't think there was any movement, because it's not moving. We were fooled. And once you get there, once you get past that part, you start to, it's like a flood of emotion, and it's a flood of, I wasn't crazy and I'm not as stupid as I once thought I was.
Well, we don't live in a mathematical model. We live in reality, and the mathematics can work for both. So that's the thing, is at the end of the day, you can make the mathematics work perfectly on flat earth, and you can make the mathematics work on the globe. I mean, what does he think that they're going to go through and find all the, I mean, it's all reverse engineering. So let's just take refraction as an example. They already believe that they lived on a ball. Then they're looking out into the horizon and they're seeing these things look like they're appearing and disappearing. They're raising and lowering. Well, they think that they live on a ball, so they're going to make that mathematics fit to the point where these things are raising and lowering on a ball, and so that it always works perfectly. That's called reverse engineering.
Yep. And man, they got us good. They got us good. They sure did. They did, man. They got us.
Yeah, and then just how, say like Shane St. Pierre has shown that basically all they've really done is taking our hemispherical sky, the atmospheric dome that we see through, and then basically just moved 1 degree at a time and taken the azimuthal to Polaris, moved back 1 degree at a time, and basically turned that hemispherical dome that we see into an actual spherical dome. So they just took that and made it 2 halves, and just said that that's all happening underneath us as well. So it's all just it is a mathematical model. That's exactly right. It's purely a mathematical model. It's not reality.
Yep. And they got it all twisted, man. They got you all twisted. And so, I'd say your biggest thing is that one of the things you're going to have to get over is the shame of it, is being afraid to stand in your truth once you actually see it, and once you accept it, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. And it's a scary feeling. I get it. And it's a weird feeling at the same time. Welcome back, Dojo. But once you accept the truth for what it is, man, the sky is the limit, pun intended. But it's the shame that you're going to have to contend with. So it's going to sting. It's going to hurt a little bit, but once you get over it, man, you're going to become powerful. I'm telling you, just having the knowledge of what this place is not makes you powerful. Go ahead, Doe.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the Felix, I can't remember his name, but this is the John.
Felix Baumgartner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The bit where they open the door. Nice. Nice flat horizon at his approximate eye level. It's raised with him to 128,000 feet.
So pause that, Dojo. Pause that real quick. So Leslie, pay close attention. All right, you could rewind it even just so we could all see that again. Rewind it just a little bit. Yeah, you see that? So
that's
look at
New
that
Mexico.
extreme curvature, right?
And that's all New Mexico. That's not the curve of the Earth.
And this is what we mean when we say that they falsify the flat Earth. They use a fisheye lens. So if the truth was apparent, they wouldn't need to go to all these lengths to like make it appear that is a globe. So that calls into question what they're trying to present to us, and it arouses our curiosity. And the thing that we get most offended by is that we're not allowed to have any curiosity as to like what we are shown. And then so when we're offended by that, we go searching for more truth, and then truth after truth after truth reveals that we're not moving and the Earth is not a globe, and the galaxies that we see up in the heavens might not even be actually what they tell us they are. So yeah, you would just need to excuse me if I like get outraged at science, because this does not look like science to me. This looks more like mockery. And I'm pretty offended by what they present as science. And then so my curiosity leads me to look for answers that are outside of science. So I'm not discarding science altogether. I'm just saying that science in its current form is biased at best, but is corrupted at the very worst.
Yes.
Science is great. Scientism sucks.
That's what it is. Because science, and that's what it is we've been jaded so hard that even the wording, right? Science, we almost detest it. But then we have to take a step back and we have to understand, just like whoever just said that, I think it was you playing reality, right? That it's the scientism, it's the religion that we're being fed. That's what sucks. That's what we see as the lie. And it's pure science that we actually love, because that's the world we live in, Les. Like, believe it or not, that's the world flat earthers live in, is the science. And if there's any lie attached to it and we sniff it out, we get rid of it immediately. We rebuke it. We rebuke the lies ASAP. We don't want it, because it will wind up spoiling the bunch of apples that we have. So we don't, even speculation, we're very, very, very careful with, right? As flat earthers. But when we see the truth, that's what we go with. We go with what's true. And we do our best to not go outside of the truth. Everything else we call as speculation. Everything else.
Hey, sorry, brother. Much love. I've got to drop off. I just wanted to come on quickly and just recommend the whole My Lunch Break thing. I think that's where we really should start. But take care, man. I'm dropping off to listen again.
Plain reality, bro. It's good to see you, man. It's always a pleasure, and you're welcome anytime, man. Welcome.
Thank you. Much love. Take care.
Yeah. So Dojo, if you could show that again, because I showed them the picture. You saw it, right? The picture of the Norse depiction of Earth.
Sorry.
Dojo.
Yes. Yeah. I do have that picture of the Norse model that they use. I have that picture, but it's only a drawing.
That's fine. Because you had a model as well, and then you could show both. You could show one, and then you could show the other.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Edison, welcome, brother. And we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you in this accident-ridden channel that you ran into. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
All right. Okay, so if you're looking at the presentation, this is the Norse model of the cosmology. And then so what science is doing with the astrophysics is inverting the cosmology from one that is what I would say within the mind of the divine or the field of consciousness. So this earth realm that you're seeing all around you exists in the field of consciousness as, I'm not going to use the word simulation, but that's the closest word that I can come up with, because simulation would apply not real, but this simulation that we're in is the authentic simulation. Okay, and yeah, what the Norse mythology illustrates here is that it's a simulated model where you're looking at Midgard, which is where we're at. And this tree that you see, that's the representation of the tree of life, which is what life is, which is what the reality is. You know, it's called the tree of life. And the tree of life actually is corresponding to the Fibonacci sequence, because the Fibonacci sequence seeks to fulfill the tree of life as a fractal. So you see all these things in the ancient mythology, because I think that the ancients had a better connection to the reality than we do, because we've been disconnected from the divine from the very beginning. And the flat earth narrative, or the flat earth exploration, helps us to reconnect back to who we are and where we came from and where we're going. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we need religion or the Bible to tell us that, because I believe that there is a code to the reality that you can see within the reality, so that even if we did lose all the Bibles and all the religious texts, there is a way back for us to find out who we are. Yeah, and then so yeah, this is one of the depictions of our realm, and there are many others as well, like.
Hold on. So, Les, here's the thing. If we were misinformed, we were misinformed. You're right. We were. That's why we're flat earthers now, because we realized that we were misinformed. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. So we realized that what we were told is backwards. We were going in the wrong direction the whole time. So you're right. We realized that we were at one time misinformed. We're trying to tell you that we were in your shoes, Les. It is a crazy place to be. We know, because we were you at one time. Right? Degrees or no degrees, we were you. Yeah, and that's the thing is, Leslie, that's one thing about us flat earthers. None of us ever go back to being globe earthers. We never go back, because there is no going back. You move forward past it, and you just wonder, how could you have ever been lied to about it?
Yeah, what I will just say in regards to the Christian aspect of flat Earth, because this is a very touchy subject, because there are a lot of Christian flat earthers, and I don't want to offend them either. And then my disclaimer is always to say that the Bible is probably one of the best religious texts if I had to choose one. Okay, but in its current form, it is very corrupted, because it's plagiarized from other ancient texts that you can actually see. But yeah, the flat earth doesn't really have anything to do with the Bible itself. And Christianity has been inserted into the flat earth topic to actually repel people away from researching the topic, because they're off-put by Christianity itself. And then so they would discard flat earth as soon as they see any religious, teachings around flat Earth. But I can assure you to say that if you can get past that and then look at the evidence, you can see objects beyond the curve, radio waves that can penetrate beyond the Earth curve. All the scientific studies, including Michelson-Morley, to demonstrate that the Earth is stationary, and then also the debunking of general relativity. If you look into those topics without having to go through all the videos that we're telling you to go through, because we have to admit that they're all biased anyway. So the only real way that you're going to come to a conclusion on your own is to actually look at what they present to us. Yeah, that's all that I would appeal to you, Leslie.
Yep. That's it, man. Really, that's it. And because I understand that the Bible scares a lot of people, and rightfully so, because the Bible, man, when it puts its foot down a lot of time, man, a lot of people don't like having to hold, the mirror up to their face. I get it, right? To some degree, I was kind of like that, but at the same time, I was like, I took the ice bath challenge, and I just stepped forward. But that's me. But that's many of us too. So whether we wanted to believe in the Bible or a creator or not, a lot of time, oftentimes, more often than not, you don't have to believe in the Bible, but you understand the intelligent design that is at the other end of this tunnel, right? Or the intelligent design that is behind this realm that we live on. It makes you laugh that you're like, how could I not have seen this? How did I fall for the whole we come from monkeys trick? How did I fall for that? Right? It becomes so detestable that you get to a point to where every time you hear it, you want to strangle somebody for talking about it. Right? Because it brings that out of us, like, damn, they got me, they fooled me, and we feel bad. But I think it's a good thing that we were fooled, because it's kind of like that song by The Who, "We won't be fooled again." You know what I'm saying? We won't be fooled again, or we'll do our damnedest to not be fooled again. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on next week. Totally gonna be on next week. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's a crazy place to be, but flat Earth is, I wake up thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about it. I'm at work thinking about it. And when anybody says something outside of flat Earth, like the globe, like I have to look at them, and I have to look at them hard. And I kind of feel bad for them, but I'm like, hey, you know what? That's where they are. It's just where they are right now. And there's nothing we could do about it. They'll get to where they need to be when they're ready. But definitely,
Yeah, I'm like you, Vlad. Like, I think flat Earth is like one of the central topics that can actually blow the lid off a lot of the psychological operations. And then so, it's flat Earth is just a way of thinking. So, and I get the feeling that Leslie has the curiosity to actually see and search for the truth. And then so, yeah, that's what I'm appealing to when I talk to Leslie. I always appeal to people's sense of curiosity. I think that is the best way to like approach the topic, because if we don't approach it from that perspective, what we end up doing is actually pushing people further away, and we don't want to do that, because it's a war of attrition, and every person counts because everybody matters.
That's right.
And until we can get like universal agreement upon this, then that's the fight. We don't really want to be causing too much division, because when we do cause the division, we're actually playing into the hands of these so-called controllers. So
Yep. And that's a dangerous. You're right, man. Like we have enough division even in the flat world. But you want to know what's common to us as flat earthers?
What is it? What is common to us?
That we know that it's flat. That's what's common. We're all on common ground. We're all like, it is flat. There is no doubt about it. Now, whether you want to believe that it's rising or tilting or doing this or doing that, that's debatable, sure. But it is flat. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. But well, not everybody knows it. Everybody doesn't know it. But we're here because it's flat. That's why we're here. That's why we exist. We don't troll, and we play fair. That's the crazy thing. Flat earthers, for the most part, we play fair. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so busy looking for the truth that anything outside of the truth we don't want to mess with. That's how you know you've come across real flat earthers.
Yeah, I think we do play fair because we're always on the back foot as well, and we're constantly having to defend ourselves from accusations as well as, shaming, because there's a lot, like, yeah, we don't want to be shamed. We want to be part of society. We don't like living as like fringe dwellers here,
Mhm.
but yeah, I can't speak for everybody, but my mission here is to contribute to the Discord, because if we don't contribute to the Discord, then it becomes extremely blackpilling. What's the point? We're
Yep.
going to live this life the way that it is, and we're just going to die, and we don't have any effect on the world. That's the demoralization. So when people like Brenda Crates comes on here, we have to realize that his role is to actually demoralize us and to keep us like ashamed of ourselves. And that, but she also does something else. She actually gets us to attack her. And that's the optics that she wants. Like I secretly believe that Brendan wants us to like poke the bear and then start like spurging out.
Mhm.
And I think eventually that will lead to like this channel getting a strike. So
Yep. Oh yeah. Just kind of,
Yeah.
I got you.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah. Now I'm like the strikeout king out this joker, it seems like these days, man. So I do my best to, give everybody their fair share of respect and stuff like that. No, Brenda deflates. The Lord have mercy. I don't want that honest. I don't know what you're talking about, Brenda. But
Well,
Brenda, here's the thing, man. We're giving you the truth. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's beyond us. That's all on you. And hey, man, if you think the Bible is a trash book, if you think it's all that bad, read it. Read it sometime. Touch it. Open up any page. Any page. I dare you. Right? And tell us what you think. That photo is a lie. You know that, right? What photo?
this is not a photo, Brenda. And if you were really honest, you wouldn't use declarative terms like the globe, the earth is a globe, and that's fact.
Yeah.
Well, it's in dispute. If you were honest, you would admit that it's in dispute at the very least, but you're not honest. And then so you make claims about fact, claiming that they're fact when they're not really fact yet. It's still in dispute. So like this video here that I'm showing you now is an amateur weather balloon going up without a fisheye lens where the horizon meets the eye level. And you're going to come out and you're going to tell me that the earth is a globe and that's fact and I have to accept it. And then that's, yeah. The video speaks for itself. And I'm not going to come out on here to say that, hey, look, I know all the facts, because if I said that, I would be dishonest as you were. So that's all that we ever ask of you, Brenda, is when you come on to here, don't ever take the position to know that you're absolutely 100% certain of anything. I'm a flat earther, but I still leave 1% room for doubt to say, hey, look, I could be wrong too. We could, in fact, be a universe filled with like trillions upon trillions of planets and stars, but from my perspective at the moment and through the research that I've done, I'm going with flat earth for the moment.
Yep. That's all we can prove. This isn't a Home Depot like we've been told and we've been ridiculed for not believing, right? And it's all flat. So telling us that our eyes are deceiving us is deceit all in itself. You understand? And it makes us find you guys absolutely repulsive in your mission to deceive us, right? And so it brings us to examine and cross-examine everything else that you guys have done. And what I mean by you guys, I'm talking about people that push this globe narrative, right? It's like, well, what other BS are they pushing? And then you take a look at it, and then you realize that that's BS too. So it's taken us for quite a spin, Brenda. And what sucks, Brenda, also is that you're certain because it's true. No, you could say that till you're blue in the wig, right? But what it turns out to be is that it's another deceit on top of deceit, and then it turns out that much of everything we've been fed is a deceit, right? Hell, Brenda, you're a walking, contradiction. You're a walking contradiction, and I hate to have to say it like that, but even you demonstrate that. You know what I'm saying? And I know you like to attack me, and I know you like to say I'm stupid, and I'm a little man, and my family thinks I'm terrible, and they hate me and stuff. All of that, say that's true. Say that's true. Well, if that were true, then that would be true. But what if you're right about what? No, you're not right that you're not what you think that you are. You're not that. Even though you like to make that claim, that's not true. But this is what we're talking about. You are the walking what we're trying to expose. And I'm not trying to talk crap about you. This is why I let you on. This is why I let you talk, because I'm like, everything you say, you are the walking demonstration of that. And it's not to try and shit on you, not at all. You know what I'm saying? So one day I would love to hear why you think what you're doing is all right. Though I accept what you're doing. No, if you're right, but that's the problem, is that it's not right.
Well,
If it was right, that would mean that it's turning. If it was right, that would mean no, I don't shit on you. No, I do my best to not shit on you, right? That's why I let you on to talk. That's why I tell the guys to not kick you out. Because honestly, I feel whatever it is you have to say, is basically proving our point. So I think what you say is powerful, but in the wrong kind of power. And it's not,
well,
and yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
well. If you are right, Brenda, then that means that we're spinning around the sun, and the sun is spinning around the galaxy, and the galaxy is expanding inside of a universe, which means that there are trillions upon trillions of stars and planets, therefore life forms. Okay, and then in that kind of cosmology, what if you are right? Like, where are the aliens? Do you ever have any hope of ever traveling to Alpha Centauri? We can only travel at 30,000 kilometers per hour. Like, how are we going to even approach the speed of light? I mean, do you really want to visit? Do you really want aliens to visit us? Do you have fantasies of going out with an exotic alien? Like, that's what if you are right. That's what you are. But then what if we are right? If we're right, this place that we call Earth is a realm. If we're right, there could be other lands beyond the ice wall. If we're right, what you see before you, every human that you see before you is another dimension to explore. And then with that comes like immense joy. I'm no longer stuck in a reality where I have to fantasize about traveling to another star system because woe is me, life on Earth is so mundane and it sucks and it's suffering, and I want to be one with the stars. You see, Brenda, if we're right, the stars, they could be something totally different to what you think they are. But if you're right, I don't know if I want to live in a universe where like life is chaotic, and then that's demoralizing, and you don't know where you're going next for your next lifetime. And the body that you're born in is demoralizing because, I would rather be born on another planet where I got blue skin and my bone is as strong as titanium. And then you don't really give any honor to the person that you are. And I think that the person that you are right now has actually been profaned because of the psychological operation done on everybody.
Yep. You're not unique, Brenda. It's not unique what you're experiencing. You don't even know you're experiencing it, but we're trying to bring it to your attention. And it's like I said, man, like you're a guest here. Still, you shit on me, and then I give you that work right back. But I honestly feel that it's one of those things that um, we want to expose it, but at the same time, there's room for grace for you. There is a room for grace for you. Don't think that you can't be saved, right? Don't think that you're an evil person, because you're not. Because you have a chance, yo. You have, as long as you have breath in your body, you have a chance, man. And I know I'm starting to sound like Benny Hinn, not the comedian, y'all. Benny Hinn is a preacher. So I know I'm starting to sound like that, but you truly have a chance. And so you can change, but that's the thing, is if you see this world for what it truly is, now you're responsible, because now the honesty is there, the truth is on your shoulders, and it's going to be up to you with what you want to do with it at that point. I didn't say anything about religion, did I? You didn't hear me say one thing about God. You didn't hear me say nothing about that. I said you have a chance. That's what I said.
Hey,
That
Brenda,
has
like the one thing that I find very intolerable about you when you get on, it's your arrogance. Like if you just showed a little bit of humility, then that will go a long way towards like a gesture of goodwill and good faith, so that when you come on, is a little bit more tolerable.
so Brenda, what do you Brenda, if you're gonna come in here to act crazy, you all right, Brenda, here's what's fair. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to talk. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to talk. I know a lot of people are saying no, no, no. You know what? I'm being fair. I'm giving you 2 minutes to talk. You got 2 minutes, Brenda, because I'm not sitting here to talk shit about you. We're not sitting here to shit on you. Not at all. We're not here to shit on you. I ain't
I'll
here.
come off for now.
Okay. No, no, I'm not. Brenda, look, man, we ain't here to talk shit about you. We ain't here to talk shit about you, man. Okay. All right. You know what? Every once in a while, sure. Will we take jabs at Brenda? Okay. Some people do, right? But the thing is, listen to the lies that come out of my mouth. Like I just said, every once in a while we might take jabs at you. Cool. But it's all love in here. And so it's like, do you get on my nerves sometimes? Yes, you do. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about that. But it's like, a liar. What am I lying about? I'm okay. I gave you Leslie, trust me. Leslie, I give Brenda a chance to talk, and Brenda just no. So I just dropped the link, Brenda, for you to talk. And I'm not lying, but you see, there it is. There it is. So I didn't kick Brenda out. I didn't kick her out. She left. He left. No, and there's nothing rational about Leslie. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, man, Brenda is not. No. Yeah, no. Yeah. And so that's really what it is. Brenda does have, a history, you know. And so my thing is, I'm not going to change Brenda. We're not on a mission to change Brenda. We're just we're just presenting the truth. What Brenda's job is to try and be a troll. That's what Brenda does. Then thinks I'm talking crap about him, but then we give him a chance to talk, and then Brenda wants to sit here and waste time. Leslie, we've done the scientists. We have a scientist. We have our Australian brother, Professor Phil, come in here, and Professor Phil knows what time it is. He knows what time it is, but Professor Phil gets ate up with the truth. And Professor Phil doesn't deny it, Les. Professor Phil is a physics professor. So, yes, he is very scientist, and he is a chemist as well. So we have him from all walks of life. And no, and that's the thing. We don't need peer review. Exactly. Thank you. These guys have lied about everything. We just saw 2020 go down. That was peer reviewed too, remember? So we were lied to about that as well. So we're fresh off of lies. We've got a treasure trove of lies. We could go back to yesterday and we could grab some new lies that they just dropped on us. We're like chock full of lies. If they have so many lies piled on top of lies, piles on top of lies, that if lies was population density, this place would be China and India at the same time. That's how much lies that they've given us. And absolutely, we're over it. No, Leslie, radio waves travel, and when the receiving station gets them, it's all line of sight. It's line of sight. It doesn't, okay, they don't have to be linear. They travel in a bloom, but it's line of sight. Oh, radio waves. Now you getting, be careful. Leslie, be careful. That was my job. That is my job. Be careful. You're going into deep water right now, Leslie. Caution. Radar and radar fundamentals is my bread and butter. Be careful. Caution. I caution you, my brother. You coming into my world now. So, yeah, on a beacon, yeah, they travel in a 360-degree arc, but you could get a waveguide and you could push all that out, or you could get something that would focus that beam like a parabolic dish and you could transmit that way, right? So those things, all this is based off of line of sight. Yeah, that's based off of line of sight, man. They tell you that too, but you know, yeah. So, family, it is midnight over here, and we have gone strong for quite some time. So, we're gonna go ahead and let's see what we got here. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap up the rest of this on the map, right? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap up the rest of that. We've only got 2 minutes left, but we're gonna wrap that up. But big old butt. Rumham Solo, where you at? Where you at? Rumham Solo, where are you? Rumham Solo, where you at? Sea Lightning, where you at? Axis Mundi, where are you at? Where you guys at? Where you guys at? Rumham Solo, Axis Mundi, where are you guys? Huh? Where you guys at? Because dun 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 dun. Family. Let's quiet up real quick. We've got a presentation. Axis Mundi, Rumham Solo, Sea Lightning, front and center. In the name of God Almighty, and by the grace of Saint Michael, our heavenly defender, and Saint George, our valiant protector, I, Ironwork 92,000 do hereby dub thee Sea Lightning, Rumham Solo, and Axis Mundi, a knight of the realm. Arise, Sir Axis Mundi. Arise, Rumham Solo, and arise, Sea Lightning. You who wield the mighty wrench of moderation with the strength of Ironwork 92,000 have shown unwavering courage and an unyielding spirit. Like St. Michael, you stand against the forces of chaos, and like St. George, you face down the dragons of discord. Your dedication to justice and peace within the digital realm is a testament to your noble spirit. May God guide your keystrokes, and St. Michael and St. George inspire your heart as you embark on this noble path. Defend the vulnerable, uphold the truth, and serve with honor. Also, banishing the liars. Always remember the sacred vows you have taken upon your soul on this very day. Go forth and build community, repair broken conversations, and protect the innocent. For in your hands, the wrench is a tool of harmony and a symbol of hope. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, fellas. You guys earned your wrenches. And boy, you guys had to do a lot of dealing with me to earn your wrenches. Congratulations. Amazing, amazing. Axis Mundi, Rumham Solo, and Sea Lightning wield the wrenches of truth. Yay, God bless America. Sea Lightning, man, it's been a long time coming for you. I should have been gave you that thing, man. Sea Lightning, it's been a long time coming for you, man. Congratulations, brother. Welcome. Welcome to the realm. And yes, family, I am going to work on like I said, I did make that promise. And yes, I'm going to take care of getting you guys those the swag. I'm going to work on getting you guys the swag. I promise you. I promise you. So where is Rumham Solo? Let's see. Rumham Solo. Boom. Rumham Solo. There we go. Yes. Rumham Solo, congratulations on your wrench, brother. You've got that wrench of doom. Yes, it's good to see you. But where's Axis? Axis is gone, huh? Axis been gone for a minute, huh? Axis Mundi is not here, huh? Yeah, I guess Axis Mundi is gone for the night, huh? Ah, it's all good. We'll get Axis Mundi again. It's hard to find him. It's hard to find Axis Mundi on here. But it's all good, family. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, family, this is what we've got. And I'll tell you what, it was a good stream tonight, fam. It was a really good stream. We did get a lot out of it, especially from Kapitan Rustan, right? From Kapitan Rustan. You'll take it? Maybe next time, T. Smith. Maybe next time. We got you next time, T. Smith. But Kapitan Rustan. Shout out to Kapitan Rustan. I'm going to timestamp what it is he said. And I think we're going to take that and then we're going to get into it. All right, fam? We're going to get into that. You guys are amazing. You guys are wonderful. And I'm so proud to have you guys as family in here. You guys are great. You guys have always been great. And you guys will continue to be great. And I love you all. And you guys are amazing. Excellent group, excellent chat, and excellent flat earth family that we've got over here. Thank you very much, family. And you guys make any channel proud, right? No matter how crazy we get, we always bring it back to center and we always make it work and we make it happen. So shout out to the chat, shout out to the flat earth family, shout out to True Earth Tuesday. I really appreciate you guys. Well, that was a lot. It was a lot, but we've got beyond these mountains, there's still mountains to climb, right? And so we're going to get down to the nitty gritty one of these days. And even if we don't, damn it, we're going to get close. So I appreciate you guys. And before I roll up out of here, family, I'm going to give you guys my blessing. I'm going to give you guys my blessing. I wish you guys all the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity. Most of all, wisdom, 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 family. And with that, I love you. I'm out. Peace. Arrivederci. Don't forget to write. Hasta luego. Ciao. Peace out, family. Have a good one. Good night.